Thy bravery is proved. No need for more proof. Darn.
For the love of God. No harm, but let me live. Mercy, good sire.
Louster! My God's born!
For the love of God. Do me no harm, but let me live. For sure.
Stein die Hand, good sire. Let us not bloodshed. Darn!
Thy godness, grant me, for the love of God, do be not the cause of my death. Mercy, good sire. For sure, I am nothing, mercy. Be not the cause of my death. I pray, let me go hence unharmed. For sure.
Let cooler haveness prevail on this day.
I cry. No! Show me kindness, not the forbearance.
Yes! treffen.
Hello, hello. Oh, my mic was off this entire time. That is so cool. I just went on a tirade about Admech. Oh God. That's so awesome. That is so sick. Thank you, OBS, for randomly forgetting that my mic was plugged in. That is so cool. I've been talking ever since somebody said, are you swinging a coat rack? This isn't exactly Admech talk. I was like, yeah, yeah. Let me start the conversation. Normally, I just chat with you guys while, like, while playing a game. I'm such a fucking idiot. I was like, anyway. Oh, that's awesome. Hi. I guess I'll just say hi again. Okay, so what I was saying when I was talking to myself, I was saying that whose comment was I looking at? I think it was just the Admech part where I was talking about how um so if you guys remember in my Admech video, I made Admech video. Duh, I'm a fucking Admech channel. In my Belisarius Cawl video, I made a point saying that I think that Cawl would be really good as like a nexus of buffs because it's easier to change one data sheet than it is to change a bunch of them, right? And Cawl is like he's just like right there. Like the funny part is that I saw a lot of content creators saying like, "Oh, maybe Cawl is playable now," and I'm like, "Call's been playable for a bit. Like, he hasn't been like great, right? But he's Cawl. He's just a guy who emits battlefield aura or gives you reroll ones to hit if you really need them, right? But like they're just like, "Oh, maybe we will see Cawl now." I'm like, no, Call's always been a thing. I how do I say this without sounding like a fucking pretentious dickhead? At the risk of sounding like a pretentious dickhead. I think it's funny how whenever I go and see people talk about Admech, just how little they actually know. You know what I mean? Like, I can't blame them, right? But at the same time, I'm just like, wow, you like don't know what you're talking about. And I'm not like no faction expert either, you know what I mean? But like, I don't think nobody was running Cawl. I think that's a bit much. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. But let me throw up something in the background. I'm gonna try to see if I can run Space Marine 2 again because it wasn't connecting. Um, but yeah, so I said in that video, Mech of Moment, I made one where I said it's called Call's Oath of Moment or COOM for short, so Coom. So like you're gonna choose to Coom on your opponent. Um, you know. I've seen Mech of Moment, I've seen Koth, I've seen what was the other one? Mech Oath. There's been a couple of them. Cawl was just was kind of just like include him anyway. Yeah, like at worst he was just 10 Skitari who had a Melta. Like that's the best part about him. The ability's called Machine Vengeance. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think I'll just probably say that's my vengeance target. You know, kind of like how people in Veterans of the Long War CSM would say like that's my vengeance or that's my focus target or that's my hatred target. You know, so he could build a decent castle. I think the Cawl castle list is actually dead. Because the idea of castle is to surround yourself with firepower around one buff, whereas like this is directly Oath of Moments. This isn't so much a castle, this is like a surgical laser strike. If that makes sense. It's just like an orbital ray. So sorry, I'm getting a stretch in. Yeah, but I said in that video that I think Cawl should be like a nexus of buffs that people can utilize because it's easier to change him and make him better than it is to make everyone better. And then that way, kind of like Breachers and Castellans, they will take up a sizable portion of our points list that we kind of have to play around, right? And I think like it's really cool to... I like the idea of like the Skitari defending the Tech Priests because the Tech Priests are like the religious symbols of the Admech and they're the ones that know how to fucking use everything and that's why they're revered in the first place. And it didn't make sense that like stuff from like battle line auras are a thing, right? It doesn't really mesh with the lore, so at least Cawl is kind of, you know, doing that, like, hey, everyone on Cawl, like, protect this fucker. So I just discovered your channel about an hour ago and you're streaming. Hi, I just love your content. We'll be binging it soon. Thank you. Yeah, I stream on and off. I don't have like a stream schedule. I just kind of hop on either when I'm bored of shit or I feel like talking to like my fan base or something happens like today. So I wish we had more varied Tech Priest models. I agree. 3D printing, man. It's the way to do it. Actually, I don't have that many 3D printed priests. I don't think I have one, which is the Techno-Archaeologist. Yeah, battle line proximities for soft for Tech Priests, it would make a lot more sense. I agree. I'd rather have more battle line variety over priests. I also agree. Rangers and Vanguards are okay, but I think that there should be like a detachment that makes Cataphrons battle line, and they're still just as expensive, but like giving them battle line with buffs or something like that. Dataslate would be cool, but that's neither here nor there. I don't have a 3D printer. Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, so Cawl basically became exactly what I asked for him to become in that Belisarius Cawl video. And I think that he is better off for it. Let me turn down the volume because I think it might be a little too loud. I think he's better off for it. I know some people were saying that it's too much. I personally don't think so, because a lot of times when people see a very cracked ability, they think about it with like, oh wow, imagine if Fire Dragons had full reroll hits for free and they didn't really take anything for it. Or like, wow, imagine if like a Forge Fiend can reroll hits like for free, you know? And it's like, you are thinking with the armory of another faction. It's not true. Not true here. We still have a lot of AP0 attacks. Our guns are still very, like, meh for the most part with the select few. And it's those select few that become very good with Cawl, right? But, like, at the end of the day, the overall power is just going to be consolidated to the data sheets that were already good. The Scorpius Disintegrators, the Iron Striders, right? The Priests, Corpuscari bombs do a little bit better now. But it's, like, at the same time, you can't think of it as just, like, it's gonna be too much. And I also I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me that that's like the line of thinking when, like, for the most part it's kind of accepted that if something gets oathed and is within line of sight, it's gonna die. Like, it just will, right? It's just so much that you're pushing through to it that most things don't have the chance of surviving. But like when Admech can do it, all of a sudden it's a problem. Like, I don't understand that. Like, why is it problematic when Admech one-shots something with an oath target, but not when literally any other faction does it? Like, that's what oath is meant to do. So I don't get that argument. Oh, he's still not up. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. The problem with oath of moment on the problem is that it's oath of moment on Admech shooting. Yeah, like, I think that that's not great, you know? Like, call it what you will, but we don't have like a lot of like wound rerollings. Have you ever been oathed by an Eradicator squad? It's a fucking nightmare. They just hold you hostage because they'll get to reroll their wounds as well and their damage rolls. Like, that is way more gross than like most of the things that we have to offer. So I just don't see it. I don't see why people are thinking that this is going to be the most busted thing in the world. Also, the fact that if you manage to, it's hard to kill Cawl. I won't put that. I won't like skip over that point. But like, it is on Cawl. Like, that is who it's on. So if you are able to remove Cawl, if you're like a World Eaters player and you can get to him, like, he's like a huge assassinate target now. I think that the people who are saying that it's too much are considering their armies and not our army, and you know, that's kind of normal. I think Cawl will need another. Hold on, these guys are annoying. Go away. Let me take out these guys and then we'll keep yapping, because I can yap for hours. Okay. I think Cawl will need another data state worth of points trims after the feud to get some tournament playing. No, I think Cawl is fine now. I think Cawl was fine before. He wasn't like great. He was just kind of boring, but like, he is extremely good now. I think 40 points. Who was it? I think it was Vanguard Tactics said it felt like a bit much. He was in the opposite end of the 6++ shooting, 6++ show. Vanguard Tactics was saying that 40 seems like a lot, and considering that a lot of Supreme Commanders, I think he brought Gilliman as an example. Gilliman gets to select 2 modes, we only get to select 1, but we went up 40. And we already don't have as good a shooting as Ultramarine, so is it really justified? And I think 40's fine. I think the buffs that he got are fine. But I don't think it's busted like some people are saying. Again, they're projecting their battle line or their army instead of ours, so it's very important to look at Admech as a whole picture, because it's easy to look at like Iron Striders and be like, wow, that's so good, and then you miss your Iron Strider shots, and then you're like, wow, never mind. So let's see. Cawl is not hard to kill once you get past the lone up and just kill the thing near him. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, Cawl was easy to kill because I used to like send him up in the front. If you guys have ever seen pictures of me playing, I just rush him up because he's like a very durable battle line aura with something like Cataprom Breachers, right? But like, it's like 10 Berserkers and Karn get on him, he's dead. He's not living that. he's very durable. He's very hard to kill, especially if you keep him in the back. But like, I don't think he's that much easier. He's easier to kill than like a Primarch or something. Like, the Lion has a 3+ invuln, you know? It just kind of suffers from that same thing. It's just like, now you are more inclined to keep Cawl in the back because Cawl is giving you Oath of Moment, and you kind of can't afford to lose that. And if you do, then you're just back to where you started before Cawl got fucking buffed, and you just lost 40 points. So, whatever. T8 is quite low. Yeah, I mean, there's ways to bump him up, but he's really relying on the 4+ symbol and save and trying to heal himself to stay alive. I want a detachment for enemy that allows Admech to take 2 Titanic Knights and buff him, kind of the inverse of that Knight one got. I don't really know much about Knights, to be fair, nor do I really care for Knights, so I don't know how they would implement it. I know a lot. I feel like a lot of people enough have been asking for it that it'd be cool to get, but like if they drop that date, if they drop a new detachment tomorrow and it's that one, I'd be kind of disappointed personally. I think people have had enough of Knights. Hey, what's up, buddy? Where the hell did you come from? There's another Nero throw. You get to suffer the sins of Mars shooting robots. Yeah, sad. It sucks because, like, I know a lot of people that like that. They had fun with that. Ow. Alright, where's this fucking Nero throw? He's pissing me off. Let's go. I'm really glad that I didn't restrict that Cawl has to see the target. Yeah, I was very surprised about that too. I was thinking that was going to be a thing. Because I was like, yeah, no, there's no way you keep calling the back and just point at things. Like, you need line of sight. And then I read it again, and I was like, oh, you just don't. What I thought it was going to be is because when they updated the app and it, like, leaked for those couple hours, it was still labeled as an aura. And I was like, oh, so you have to, like, I guess stay within 6 inches of him to get the full hit rerolls. He just marks a target from any distance. But that is also not the case. He just gets it. So, sounds like GW. Besides points changes for Eldar, I checked out Admech changes for Cawl looks. Cawl looks really good. I haven't seen the. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I didn't really look too deep into the Dataslate because I saw the Admech stuff and was like, I gotta make a video. I just went straight to making one. Yeah, you're dead. Nope, I missed my shot. Where are you? I love Sniper just because it kills Neurotropes and Zone Tropes so easily. What attachments am I most stuck to run Admech in? I was playing around with the Skitarii Hunter cohort list before the Dataslate came out, and I'm kind of leaning into doing that. Because I kind of went through my villain arc where I was like, if I can't have fun, nobody can. And, you know, I was like, yeah, let me run Skitarii Hunter cohort, and I think I want to try Halo's Creed because it has a lot of support for the things that got buffed, but at the same time, so does Skitarii Hunter cohort, because like Belisarius are definitely going to be ran now with the Twin Link buff they got, and being able to reroll hits with Cawl. And they're really good in Skitarii Hunter cohort because they benefit from stealth as well. Same with Infiltrators getting -1. Infiltrators are like my favorite unit in the army. And now they can go up to -2. Rust Stalkers are already good. I probably won't run Razors instead of Blades. But like everything that I really like from the army and was excited to play in this Skitarii Hunter cohort list that I was creating got better. So I was like, oh, I guess we'll go for it. You only look at your army? What? Oh, fair. Oh, for the Dataslate. Yeah. Cawl camping home objective confirmed, basically. I mean, as a lone op too, he's basically going to be like a Demon Prince, like the ones that kind of stay in the back and just give out free CP and lone op until it's time to go in. Because Cawl still has really good melee profile, so if they try to go in on Cawl, you can still fuck him up, and then the Melta being non-blast. Sure, it's like worse into like Terminator bodies, but whatever. How many chickens would I run? I am playing right now. I haven't made a list, obviously, because new recruit is not updated. But I would probably run two squads of 2. Maybe, I don't know. The thing is, like, I'll have to check over not Halo's Creed, Skitarii Hunter cohort stratagems again, because they are a little different than Halo's Creed, and not everything benefits from stratagems. And oh my god, this fucking like. Not everything in Skitarii Hunter cohort can benefit things like Iron Striders. I think that the Iron Striders may have better synergy in Halo's Creed because of things like crit 5s and reroll hit rolls and wound rolls of 1. Well, I guess they don't need that stratagem anymore, actually. Yeah, they just straight up don't need that stratagem anymore. I'm shooting. Nobody wants to kill him? Okay. Yeah, so maybe, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe in Halo's Creed they're a little bit worse. I think they're just better crit 5 targets than anything else. Dark yeah, I know you can give them crit 5s there, but I really like the eradication protocols because it made them very consistent. I would say in Halo's Creed I would run maybe 1 brick of 3 or 2 of 2, maybe. I'd have to like really sit down and make a list. In Skitarii Hunter cohort, I think they benefit from the 4+ Feel No Pain. I don't know if it says Skitarii or Skitarii Infantry. It escapes me at the moment. But if they benefit from things like the -1 AP strat, Isolate and Destroy, or the 4+ Feel No Pain, if they benefit from that, then maybe I'll take them in bigger squads. But if they don't, I think just like 1 squad, or 1 Iron Strider, maybe like 3 of them spread throughout the map could be very, very annoying. Hunter cohort is the 4 style of the Admech, yeah. Which I think that they would operate better as like lone little Striders getting a bunch of angles rather than a big group that can benefit from something like crit 5s. Before the Dataslate, I was ready to hide in Custodes. I've seen a lot of people say that in the comments recently. They're like, oh, I was playing Eldar for most of 10th, but now I'm back to Admech. Like, that's cool. Serious question, does the buffs mean the mandatory flooding objectives with body hunters gets competition? I think if you're talking about any detachment outside of Halo and Skitarii Hunter cohort, maybe. I don't think so. Like Sporter Maniple's a joke. That's still bad. What else? Datasum, it helps the Corpuscari a lot because they do like rerolling hits, but it's only for 1 target, and then your Electro Priests are still kind of bad. Like you get the 3rd attack, which is nice, but like Fulgurites don't benefit from hit rerolls like whatsoever. So I think that detachment is still hurting. I think it's still a good detachment. I just don't think it got like marginally better in my opinion. What's the other one? Cybernetica got fucking mega buffed, obviously, because rerolling hits on things like Disintegrators is huge. God. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, like rerolling hits on like Disintegrators or like a target, because that's what Psycho is really good at, is that it's really good at like pushing down damage onto things that you want dead because you have so many tanks. And being able to reroll hits while basically you do have a reroll hit strategy, but you have to be below starting strength. But now you can do it across the map, so you can have Cawl point at one thing and be the vengeance target, and you can have an injured tank that is below starting strength get full hit rerolls too. So you can say, I'm gonna mark your Bloodthirster and Bellacore or something, I don't know. So like Psycho got really strong in my opinion. Bots are basically agnostic. Like getting hit rerolls on a robot is nice, but they kind of don't need it because they're usually hitting on 3s, and it's enough volume of attacks that like if even a couple of attacks go through, whatever you're trying to kill is gonna die, right? So like they can operate outside of Cawl's aura. Not aura, it's not an aura anymore, the oath, I guess. Same with Breachers. Breachers are kind of the same respect in that regard, because Breachers have their own hit rerolls, so they can be kind of like on a flank dealing with like, I don't know, an Impulsor, while your other oath target is a Nemesis Dreadnought, I don't know. And you're focusing that one down with your tanks, right? Do you think you run a more Protector style list than Psycho? I think Psycho is always going to be pretty Protector heavy. Kind of like I said in the video, a lot of people are saying like, oh, well, if I get full hit rerolls with Cawl, then I'll never need to be in Protector, because who needs the plus ballistic skill when you have rerolling hit? And I don't agree with that, because you're only ever going to have 1 target, and once that target is dead, you go back down to 2s, right? Or you go back up to 4s, so you need to be relying on those 2s. I know that some people were pretty upset about Cawl losing his aura, because like Protector lists kind of did take a hit because of it, because they used to be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Now they can only basically focus 1 target. But like, I think Psycho is already pretty good at just dealing with hitting on 2s. Oh god. Press F. I'm pressing F, okay? I think that Psycho's already fine with that. Like, rerolling 1s is fat, hitting on 2s. But, like, I don't know. Hitting on 2s is already, I think, in my opinion, good enough. So, and then they have ways to get, like, hit rerolls with the stratagem. I think it's Machine Spirit Vengeance. I fucking hate these Spore Mines. But they have ways of getting it as long as they're below starting strength. So, I don't know. I think that Psycho will be a lot more, or will be a lot less consistent. But when they do need something dead, there's not going to be like oh, I managed to roll like shit on my Pharaoh Mines or something like that. I think they're still going to be really good. It's for them, I think it's like a side grade to a slight nerf. But I feel like if you were relying on Cawl's reroll 1 aura for all of your tanks, for all of your damage, like, I don't think that's... I don't know. I don't think that's right. You think the changes will position of Admech win rates either casually or competitive? It's really hard to say, man. I think they don't really seem like enough to bring the army up to 50. I think... okay, so Admech's been doing pretty good lately, surprisingly. I feel like this, like, in Chapter 2025, they've been kind of sitting at like a 47 or 49. I think it's enough to bring them up. But I don't think that Admech is the boogeyman that people might think it is. Like, yes, getting Oath is really strong, but, like, you still have Eldar out there who's running around doing whatever the fuck it is they do with fire dragons, and you still have Death Guard that didn't get nerfed. But, like I don't, as much as I like Oath, I don't think Oath is enough to stop a Death Guard Morty Hammer list. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think it's gonna bring up our play rate. I think we're gonna be better. I don't think there's any world where, like, getting that big of a buff suite is going to result in nothing. Oh my god, I'm missing all my shots. I just don't know. I don't think it's going to be the nightmare that people think. I saw somebody comment in one of those, like, Warhammer podcast shows that I was watching. I don't remember which one because I was watching a lot lately. But somebody commented that, like, Admech is the best army in the game now, and I was like, you are so wrong. You are so absolutely wrong. That is so crazy to say. Again, because people, you know, they think that that we have fire dragons and then are benefiting from, like, a free, you know, a free Oath. The thing is that, like, you have to, a lot of people, when they hear Admech's rules, they're like, wow, that's really strong, right? But, like, it's everything that Admech has that makes those kind of balance out. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal that from you. A perfect example was, like, Kroot Hunting Pack. So, like, Kroot Hunting Pack, when it came out, I'm pretty sure the rule is still, like, they get a 4+ feel, or a 5+ feel no pain, and they have, like, crit 5. Like, their stratagem suite is insane. But then you realize that they're just Kroot Carnivores. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, that's what makes it up. That's what makes it up for them. So, I don't know. I think people are kind of overreacting. I think it will be okay. We'll probably go up like some, like, 3 to 5% is probably what I'd wager, I guess. But I don't think it's nearly as busted as, you know, people are saying it is. Like, what? Death Guard should get a nerf? It is so crazy that they got away with it. I'm not entirely surprised, because if we remember back when, like, the Admech Codex came out, we were, like, at a fucking 27% win rate. They didn't give us any buffs because they were like, oh, we want to wait and see. We want, what was that stupid fucking term that people always use? We want to, like, let it stew or something, or let it simmer. And it's just like, dog. Do we have to let Death Guard simmer any longer to know that it's fucking insane as shit? Like, I don't think so. I get trying to, like, hold up changes because, you know, it's too soon or something like that, but, like, winning, like, what was it, 70% of the events in the, like, BCP rankings or whatever the fuck it was, like, they had I think my friend Warp Friends, he said something to the effect of, like, they have won more GTs than, like, most armies have throughout the entire edition in a matter of weeks. And we're supposed to sit there and be like, no, wait guys, we have to let it simmer. You don't understand. We don't really understand the power of Death Guard. We have to let them figure it out. It's like, I think it's figured out. Call me wrong, but I would imagine that it's figured the fuck out by now. And then they see the data sheets. Yeah, basically. Bye-bye. People who think Admech are strong should be forced to buy a full Admech list. I always tell somebody like, hey, you should play Admech. And then I'm like, if you can afford it, I guess. Like, I know most people can't. Somebody told me that in one of my comment sections. I was commenting on, I was watching Tactical Tortoise, and I was fighting against a Death Guard army this last GT. And I was just astounded. Because, like, their guns are fucking insane. Like, their heavy bolters are damage 3, AP -2 sustained. And, like, all their weapons are just basically like Space Marine weapons, but better, right? Oh, watch me one tap this guy. You ready? And I was just like, wait, what the fuck? And then he's like, by the end of the game, I think he had 6 CP because the Watchmaster and the captains themselves can uppy downy like 2 units, and then they don't have to pay any CP. So they're just like coming up and down and up and down, and like they still have enough to like AOC all the fucking time with damage 3 weapons from their normal kill team squads. And I was like, how are people losing with this army? I was just so flabbergasted. And then somebody in the comments, basically, what I'm getting at is someone in the comment section was like, have you ever played Deathwatch? You should try it or whatever. And I was like, I don't think that Deathwatch has like the, at least I could be wrong, right? I'm willing to admit that. But I don't think Deathwatch has like the, I guess, brain power or tactical prowess that you need for something like Admech, because Admech, you really have to know your shit to make up for the fact that everything is so bad. But when you can just brute force your way into melter range by uppy downy for free, and I'm just like, what do you really need to focus on other than just say, I'm gonna plant myself in front of you and destroy your things? I don't know. Top player said, yeah, it looks good, but not on crude stats. Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, it just comes down to, like, being, like, you just have a bunch of little 401 shitters that have, like, crit 5s. Wow, great. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, wow, they get a free strat to get stealth. Okay. It's easy to imagine units having every possible buff you'd want and think they're cracked, but with Admech there are so many hoops to jump through that actually buff them. That too, yeah. You like I always say this point: you lose 1/3 of your army rules if you're not within 6 inches of that battle line, and it's probably your most important buff, to be honest. At the end of the day, people have to realize that Admech's army rule is a way to buff its mediocre shooting. It's kind of like Tau, but Tau actually gets benefits when they're being led. Like we do, in a way. The only ones that I can say, like, that's why like stealth suits are so good, right? It's because they give you the full is it full hit rerolls anymore? I think it's just like hit rerolls and wound rerolls of 1 is what they do now. But like they synergize with your army rule to do that, and for us I think that's something like breachers, where it's like if you are within 6 inches, your breachers get either -1 to hit in melee or -1 AP, and they get to reroll hits. Great, that's awesome, right? But then it's like most things don't interact with that, right? Like sterilizers don't, skystalkers don't. I guess to a lesser extent, I think Cerberus can kind of do it sometimes. Like, okay, the Fulgurites don't gain anything from the battle line buff except for the battle line buff from the army rule itself. It's just like Tau's implementation of their army rule is not position based. It's more just like, can I see you and can I not? There is no like range to it, so it's a lot like old marker lights. And you don't have to like basically put yourself in a sacrificial position, because like with battle line you do kind of have to like suicide them in. So that's like the worst part about like that's why people like Cawl, right? That's why people liked Cawl instead of battle line with breachers, because breachers need to get close to get to that 15 to 18 inch range to get the rapid fire, and Cawl is able to survive that fire. But somebody can, if you poke out your breachers to do that rapid fire, destroy one thing, people kill your battle line, and now your breachers are fucking worthless. Like I don't even watch your videos because it's like Aspect Tactics and I don't understand the rules. That's fair. It's a lot. I try to like kind of dumb it down as much as I can. But just, like some videos I don't. Like the Dataslate one I didn't, because I'm just like, if you're here to read about Admech Dataslate changes, you probably know Admech. But when it comes to like reading out weapon profiles and what their abilities do, those I kind of like slow read out, because it's just kind of like, all right, this is what they do. This is how they work, right? And that's why I always like keep going into like, how does this work with Protector, how does this work with Conquer, yada 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 in my videos, because people need to understand all those layering buffs, right? And the unit focused ones specifically, I try to make it very, I guess, like newbie friendly, is for lack of a better term. Let's see what I can unlock. Equipment radius increased by 15. Become invulnerable when you camo cloak. After a gun strike, you deal 20% more only gun strike. Wow, these all suck. This one's not bad. Versatility. Okay, let's keep reading. Against my friends, I still feel like my Admech army will be stopped by Ultramarines even with these buffs. Maybe. I haven't fought Ultramarines in a minute. The last time I fought them was Vanguard Spearhead, so I still don't have a really good read on them. But the streams I'll watch all day, I appreciate it, Silver. Just get 12 robots, you get 3 data smiths, convert the other to the 2 tech priests, and then you have 200 points. Fair? Cataphrons and data smiths or Cataphrons and Castellans are the best way to get into the army quick. Why not 27 last chick? I don't get it. Because you need to take out a fucking mortgage for that, dude. Admech pricing traumatized me, and custodies have been in therapy. I refuse to buy any more Admech models, especially with the price increase from the rise. Yeah, I basically have like half my Admech army at this point is 3D printed. Even the stuff that I like do have models for, I just don't even build because I'm like, one, the design of the 3D guy that I buy from looks a lot better, and two, I don't feel like doing spindly bits that break so easily. Like I still had to fix my Admech army for my last GT because it like fucking exploded and fell apart, and I just looked at it. But like the resin ones that I print, those things are extremely fucking sturdy, and they still look like that Admech aesthetic. Oh, this mission sucks. Well, my orcs with C5 are not laughing about anti-infantry 4. That's what we're good at. That's what the Vanguards are good at. It's the Kazuya combo, as they call it. But I think Ruststalkers are kind of a little bit better right now over like Vanguard boat combos. It's for me this. Ooh, I hate these guys. Bye. Getting Custodies combat patrol should be 1k points if you all shield captains. Cannot be comprehended by the Admech mindset. I don't think I've had like a really good value bot. Well, the one that I do have is I think I've shared this story before, but I got into Admech in 8th edition, and I bought like I was one of the few people that managed to get the start collecting box, which was fucking amazing. But I've only gotten one. But when I lived in Japan, I went down to Osaka and I found one of those boxes a year ago, and I was like, this is fucking treasure, because like the old Admech start collecting box was a Dune Rider chassis. Okay, alright, bitch. It was a Dune Rider chassis with 10 Skitarii and an engine seer, and it was $80. So like you basically just paid for a Dunecrawler, and then you got 10 Skitarii and an engine seer for free. I think it was insane. That box, especially because like the Dune Rider is like a double kit, right? Because you can build it as a Disintegrator or a Dune Rider, depending on if you just leave the top off or not. So you basically got 2 tanks, 10 Skitarii, and an engine seer for free, and they're like one of your best units. It was awesome. Good point. Fusilight went from scary to decorative. Sad. Someone all out in the senior base. I was absolutely a Fusilight abuser. I remember that back in 9th. I was like, I like bombs. I like planes. Over here. How did you dodge 9 months of Gorilla Man Calgar meta? I was... what? I think I was in night shifts at the time, so I wasn't really showing up to any games. And not only that, but like my work went into like a 12-hour schedule, which was a nightmare. But even then, I've just been fighting a lot of World Eaters this fucking edition. I feel like I've fought like maybe 70% World Eaters. I guess I just happened to avoid it. Also, like, I play with Lily a lot, and I play, like, basically exclusively Tyranids. I don't think I'd ever catch Lily playing a Space Marine army. So... oh, okay. Casually just lose half my health. I love this game. I'll keep saying it, being Battleline Titan for the Admech rule I wish was actually work for. Maybe for Tao's Greater Good Vibe, but not for Admech. Yeah, I was thinking, I constantly think about, like, what army would this rule be good on. I just don't think Admech is the one. Oh, I didn't see the Chaos Spawn there. I remember I was watching a video, Paul is bad at stuff made a video with Bricky talking just Warhammer, and they were talking about like creative rules, and Paul was saying how he really likes the Admech one because he thinks it's like a different take, and Bricky was just like, I don't agree with you at all. And I was like, thank God. We still got one guy out there. But like, Paul also brings up the point, he's like, I'm like a fucking Labrador when it comes to Warhammer rules. I kind of like just see something that looks cool and don't really think about the repercussions of how it affects gameplay, and I'm just like, alright, yeah, that's fair. I think Battle Line is like a really cool thing. I just don't think that it belongs in an army like Admech. I would think it would be cool for like something like GSC, maybe, where you can keep it up most of the time. Your leaders aren't necessarily like, they're like spiritual leaders, but they're not like, you know, hardwiring your fucking guys to think on their consciousness. I can't talk and play at the same time. I'm so bad at doing that. So I have 12 Triggins, more than enough. I didn't even bought all of them. Only reason I have that many, one with some sword credit that I spent, others gifted ones. I think I only have 2 Striders, and I think that I like bought bits to make their bodies interchangeable from the Dragoons or the Iron Strider variants. So I don't have that many either. Can you say where you get your STLs? I will show you now, actually. Let me quit this game because I can't talk and play this game at the same time. I can only play like stupid games. Maybe I should put on Tetris. Let's see. So where I buy them from is you can either go to their website or just go to my mini factory. It's a creator called Red Makers. I really like his stuff. Let me throw on some cracking tunes. I think they have guard and orc stuff too, so if that's something that tickles your fancy. Yeah, so if you go to I think they're called Omniforge. Yeah, these guys. So I got these breachers. I'm not the biggest fan of how the breachers look, but I don't want to pay for breachers. So I like this one and this one. These guys look pretty sick. And it's breachers, so very cost-effective, you know, because you need at least like 9 of them, especially with destroyers becoming good now too. I think they look fine. I don't like the hunched over thing too much, but I can get past it. It's not that big a deal for me. The thing is that I swap my heads with infiltrator heads because I like how the infiltrators look. So, and then these are the ones I'm building right now. I'll probably have some pictures up of them on Twitter. These guys are coming out fucking awesome. I wasn't the biggest fan of them at first when I saw them because I really like the infiltrator kit, but then I printed them out because I was gonna make this Qatari Hunter cohort list and I wasn't about to buy fucking 4 boxes of infiltrators. And once I printed them out, I'm like, oh, they look sick. Like, they actually look really fucking cool. So and then I got these guys. You've seen these on Twitter or in my Discord because I post them a lot. These are all my Rust Stalkers. I don't have a single GW Rust Stalker. I know a lot of people don't like the wheels. I personally... Wait, did I glue... Oh, I didn't realize he had a slot for another arm there. Oops. Yeah, he has 3 arms. That's so cool. Maybe I'll go back and paint some arms. I know a lot of people don't like the wheels. I think they're cool as shit. I think that's awesome. And then these guys I'm gonna print here in a couple days, which is just vanguards, because I have a bunch of rangers, and I have like a squad of vanguards, but I want them to look a little bit more different. They're pretty sick. I'm a big fan of them. And if you don't like their heads, you just throw on the vanguard heads on them, because every sprue comes with one. So, will you jump ship if Dark Mech releases? I don't know if I'd jump ship. I'd just build the army. But they'd have to make the design really impressive because, like, as much as I like Admech design, it's not all there for me. Like, that's why I like infiltrators, like the lanky little robot kind of grotesque looking things. But for the most part, the army isn't selling me on the body horror aspect as much. I know that people always point to servitors as body horror. I think that they're just not really all that interesting, in my opinion. So I would hope that they would, with Darkmech, crank that up to 11. You know what I mean? Like, when I think of, like, a Venom Crawler, that's what I think of. Like, when I think mutilated fucking beast thing. But I would want to see more human aspect of that, so. I'm 17 and plan to buy chickens after I get a job. Best of luck. I mean, the current new kill team with the servitors would be great if they get battle line. I 100% agree. Yeah, that is such a missed opportunity in my opinion. They got Cult Mechanicus, which was like perfect to help Dataslate. And it's like, all right. They got Cult Mechanicus. Just give them battle line. Or like the battle line keyword so that like they can emit the buff. Like, I don't care if they're OC1. It doesn't matter. Just give them that aura. It would help out Dataslate so much. And they're like, actually, nah. It's just like, okay. See, I think Dataslate is a perfect example of why the battle line rule doesn't work with Admech, because it doesn't help the whole like, oh, you have two aspects to your army. You have Cult Mechanicus and you have Skitarii, except we're not going to support Cult Mechanicus, so if we ever make a Cult Mechanicus detachment, aka Dataslate, it doesn't work because you still have to take Skitarii. And it's just like, why? It's so dumb. I prefer a rule like orders. Tech Priest handing those out could be super cool. I like the auras better personally. I don't like the limited amount that you hand out to units. I like the whole like, here's my aura of influence. You are all within this little sphere network. Oh lord, are Iron Striders two separate? Yeah, they're they're three technically. They're the Belisarius, they're the Sidonian Dragoons, and then they're the Radium Jezzails. Maybe we'll do. I've been like kind of like low-key hinting at these guys because I post my painted models to their Discord page, and I'm like, hey, I really enjoyed painting your models. This is really cool work. You should probably print Iron Striders. LOL. I don't know. I was like, hey, Iron Striders got really good lately. You should probably make an STL for them. Haha. Because I really don't want to buy Striders. If they make Iron Striders, I will 100% buy it off of them. So. Also, their engine seers look cool as fuck. Or not their engine seers, they're marshals. He doesn't have like, he has like the chunky drip, not so much like the cool lanky drip that the Marshal has, but I do like how he looks. Anyway, that's where I get my STLs. I'm gonna go to this. This was the list I was making. I have to revisit it because now it is not 2,000 points. It's probably a little bit above that. Maybe will depend on rules. I do have some Old Space Marine sacrifice for drip. The orders themselves give the same buffs as those Trinas from 9ths. I modeled back then, and they are not interchangeable, so 7 It's just 6 Iron Striders, 6 Lances. Yeah, so what you can do, this is what I kind of did with my guys. I didn't glue the pilot to the seat, because they kind of like sit there perfectly fine. So what I did originally was I didn't glue the pilot, and I magnetized his arms. Now, if you ever dealt with Skitarii magnetization, especially like holding that little fucking gun, it is a nightmare. It is like the worst thing ever. It is the most findly piece of shit in the world. So what I did is I went on eBay and I bought the bits of the pilot, right? So since you only need 2 pilots for the Dragoon, right? You buy 1 pilot for the Dragoon and then make the other one for the Iron Strider, and then you have both, right? You just swap out the pilots. You just don't glue the gun to the railing. I always thought orders were weird. Being able to outrun or outshoot other humans because a man is yelling at you always seems weird to me. You should see the military. Because when a drill instructor yelled at me to run, I fucking ran. Okay, Rust Stalkers with literal rollerblades is crazy. I love it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but Darkmech already have available stuff like Venom Crawler, Disco Lord, and of course Vastor. And please buy many sets of 5 Elytra Priests at $60 for 55 points. It's insane that they're not even 10-man sets. That is crazy. That's also why I refuse to buy Infiltrators and Iron Strider or Rust Stalkers, because there's fucking 5-mans. It's so stupid. Buy a single Marshal model for 25 for 35 points. Yeah. Admech price is so dumb. Yeah. They're making this a DAO stream. I guess DAO is not that intensive of a game, so I wouldn't mind playing DAO. I can hop on here in a sec. I didn't see you online, so that's why I didn't invite you to this. Guns get pins, shoulder get magnets. That's what I did. I still hate it. I still hated every fucking second of it. So I don't know. I just don't like it. I would much rather just buy the bits and then just be like, take out this pilot and then put this pilot in. That was on WoW. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the magnets. I've given up a lot of my magnets personally. I just don't like them. But I did actually. I don't know if I want to do DAO because I might just sit here and create lists because I know that I kind of just want to theory craft. I magnetized my 3 chickens and can confirm it sucks ass. I'm sure it does. Yeah. Yeah, I've done 2 and I was like, this is dumb. I'm not doing this anymore. I think Admech is the only army that loves points increases. Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying 40 points is too much for Cawl. I was like, thank God. Like, that is what we should have. You should check out Blue Art. I don't know what that is. Cawl got a glow up. He absolutely did. So this was the Skitarii list I was making. I don't know if it's too small for you guys. Maybe I should increase the. Here. I need to open up a couple of points, and I don't know what to take out. So I don't magnetize many stuff. Like my tank guard, don't even need them. A little bit of blue tack with spawn students, my weapons, and more. Oh, blue art is on my mini. Okay, let me check them out. Yeah, but I use blue tack on my Castellans because their fists are like almost friction fit. So I just like kind of push the little things together. Ooh, this is cool. Is this like a? Is this supposed to be like a dark mech thing? Because like this kind of looks like a Strider. Oops, not these guys. Oh, I like that. That's really cool. I don't know if I like all these holes right here, but it is cool. So I like looking at people's pictures because they make it look really cool. Yeah, that's so crazy. Oh my god, that's sick. That is cool. That is so cool. I don't like these little openings like this, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Wait, I'm invested. I don't know if I like these guys as much. It's supposed to be like war suits. Oh wait, these are like, these look more like Necron stuff. The Slug Empire. Yeah, because this looks like a Canoptic crawler. Mechanical Hive melee drone. This thing looks cool as fuck. Wait, what? Dude, that's cool as fuck. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to look at more of their stuff. They have more like kind of one-on-one Admech stuff. OBR. Dude, yeah, these are very like what's the name of the guy that made Alien? He had like a certain art style that was named after him. I just don't remember what it was. Like Geiger? No. That's not right. Anyway, sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing this on stream. Would love to have the Thanatars and 30k less, but 40 armor. Yeah, Thanatars would be cool, but here we are. I have the Castellanks or whatever they're called. Those are my proxies for robots. I still have to paint them actually. They do lots of stuff. It's all, yeah, it is Geiger. Okay, I was right. I agree with the 30k stuff. I got a Tyrios, absolutely nothing downstairs. Maybe Admech gets a new attachment like a Tech Priest one. You get the Slug Walker with their Patreon welcome pack. It's like $1. I would have to look through and see which part of these are like super dark mech, because like a lot of them just kind of remind me of Necrons. At least like their stances and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Ugh. Oh, these look gross. That's so cool. This looks like it could be a Tech Priest. Like a tech, like a really creepy tech priest stand-in. I don't like the face too much, but that is gruesome. That is so cool. Yeah, man, this is cool. I have to check. What is like? Is it like a droideka? Like a fucking Star Wars droideka? That is so crazy. Yo, this guy is so creative. Holy shit. You have to look at their more mechanical stuff though, because a lot of these seem like a little bit too fleshy. There was one I saw, not so much Admech related, but I thought it could be good for Chaos. It was like False Seraph, and then a bunch of like the False series. I spelled Seraph wrong. Whoa, this looks cool. I think this is the... No, this is Belisarius. It was like Cosmic something minis. Yeah, this one right here. I thought like some guy made this art style here. I was like, this would be like the coolest fucking demon prince to make like a dark angelic army for Chaos. Where is it? Like that. That is so cool. Next paint stream for 30k models. I don't play 30k, but I was thinking of making this a paint stream, but then I was like, I paint at when I go to work, and I leave my paint stuff at work if I work like 3 days in a row. So my stuff is at work right now. So when I get on shift here in like 3 hours, I'll just paint. That looks dope. Holy, I'm impressed by how repulsive I find. Yeah, I know. They just like they're like very unsettling, but really well done. Like this worm here. This one I thought was really cool. This one looks fucking terrifying. That's why I love 3D prints so much, because they make your army look so good, in my opinion. Ooh, this could be like a cool Zinch model. I always love looking at what people put too in their comments when they paint it. Some of them people are really creative. This is all I do when I go to my mini factory. Just look at things and be like, wow, that's so cool, and then I never paint it. That is crazy, dude. That is so terrifying. Yo, D&D people have it so good. Holy shit. I don't like this split. This one is... Ugh. Would you consider holding like a mini tournament with the community in some game? Mini tournaments? Like painting minis? Jesus Christ, bro. That is crazy. I don't think Homeboy's surviving that. FDM printed. Oh, PLA printed. Interesting. Anyway, yeah. Good ways to get Admech for cheap. Print stuff. I say cheap, but like I've bought so many shit. Like at the end of the day, it probably is cheaper than buying an Admech army, but like I spent a lot of money buying 3D prints, so. Oh, like a small DAO tournament? Maybe. I mean, I don't know if like majority of the community plays DAO. You would need a sizable portion of them that actually do. I only have an FDM printer, so I mostly make terrain, but I do have a friend that's printed a few things for me in resin. I've seen a couple of my friends from the Trench Crusade community print all their models on FDM. I think they have like a different nozzle size or something like that is what they have to change into. I want to get into Turnip 28. I don't know what that is. I know Conflict 47. I know that one. So like this list was perfectly 2,000 points. So I don't know what I'm going to get rid of. I basically had like the Iron Strider combo with the Cantic Thrallnet and Battlesphere uplink. And then I only had one of each C. So with Cantic Thrallnet, I think 2s are better. So I think I maybe cut a Disintegrator. Because if I want to have double Ballistari, then I think 1 is fine. Oops, that's actually the opposite of what I want to do. So if I go up 1, and I go up 1, that puts me at 25. I still need room for Cawl. Buying a house is probably cheaper than Admech army at this point. Do I get rid of Vanguard? I have 2 boats, but only 1 Vanguard that can like really benefit from it. Because Battlesphere uplink. If you guys don't know, Battlesphere Uplink is the one that lets you do a move after a shoot action. Because I figured one boat would be for one Vanguard with Battlesphere Uplink, the other one would be the one with Cantic Thrallnet that kind of follows these guys around and still gets rerolls from the Vanguards. Maybe I cut out... I could cut out the Sterilizers. I do like the 10-man brick. They are pricey. Pricey, I say. At 160 points. So I was kind of hesitant about doing 4 squads, but since this is Skitarii Hunter cohort, and Cawl is going to be on reroll aura more than his battle line aura that I normally keep him in, I'm going down from 5 auras to 4, so I think I need these 4. Let me cut down these sterilizers. Let me see. I have 185 points. So what I could do is bump this up to 10. Keep a 5-man. And then maybe bump this up to 10 as well. And that puts me at 45. That's still too much because Cawl is 40 and then the Iron Striders are going up 50. These are 10 each. So I need to have minus 60 here to have a full 2,000 point list. So let's revert back. I don't really have a lot of points then. I have like 50 something. I can't do math. Oh, or rather, I can, I just don't feel like doing it. 55 points exactly, okay. So I could take a Scatros! No points down in Admech, just ups. So I removed an entire Disintegrator to kind of make myself the gap because I have 2 Iron Striders. Because, yeah, it was only point increases for Admech. It was plus 5 for Belisarius, plus 40 for Cawl. So... I guess what I could do, actually... No, I still don't have enough points. That's after cutting out a Disintegrator and 10 Sterilizers. I do like the double Rust Stalkers and then singular Infiltrators. The crazy part is that Infiltrators are fucking stupid scary now. Because of that -1 AP that they're going to have there. They're basically the same as the Rust Stalkers with Blades. -1/1. It's just that they have 2 more attacks and... but the other guys have sustained hits too, so... I think double Belisarius is fine with the Disintegrator. This will be the bulk of my firepower. Everything else is just going to be there to fucking piss him off. I guess I could just add a Scatros. Servitor Battleclade is 5 points off, so I can't add that. I don't think I have a way to, like, downscale something to 5 points. Ten Sky Stalkers. Would I rather have a break of 10? And I guess the points don't matter, they're exactly the same. I do think Sky Stalkers kind of lose a little bit of value though, because they didn't get the buffs. I don't think I want a 10-man brick of these guys actually. I think I would much rather have a 10-man brick of Infiltrators. I guess I could say Scatros. Not that I really want to. Yeah, if I had a little bit more points, I would take Raiders. Damn, the 5 from the Belisarius is kind of fucking me over, huh? Yeah, I guess we just take Scatros, so that puts me at 65, which calls 40. These 2 are 50, and then these 2 are 60, so I'll have 5 points left over. Engine or Techno would be a good choice. Also, hello, hi. Techno, I guess, is not bad, but I really don't feel like you need Techno in Skitarii Hunter cohort, because you just cover the board anyway. I think this is okay. I think I like this change. So I cut a disintegrator, but bumped up 2 Belisarius, so I shouldn't lose too much. I lose a lot of stubber fire, but not that I'm really hurting for any small arms fire. And then I cut 2 bricks of 10 sterilizers. So I know I'll have 5 points left over. These guys are just 5 up, right? No, they're 10 up. Rip. I wanted to try running sterilizers. I think that's okay. I think I like that list. Wait, does it fuck up my title? 99 models and happiness ain't one? Do I have 99 models anymore? Let me see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. No! This sucks! 96 models? I was hoping for the 99. Ugh. What about my enhancements? So we got Cantic Thrallnet, which is giving me double Doctrina within something that's within 12. So since it's just Skitarii keyword, you can give this to the Iron Striders, so they get both Protector and Conquer, which is really fat. So if they want to shoot at something that isn't your Vengeance target, then they still get +3 up to +2, right? If they stand still. So that gives them a little bit of independence, because I don't think that you want to be like solely targeting your Vengeance target with Cawl. And then the idea is that this Marshal is going to be able to kind of pop out, buff the Iron Strider that it's kind of rallying around, and then as it pops out, the Dune Rider can shoot at a target and the Vanguard can get reroll wounds, right? And then if I really have to, I hop back in. But as I pop out, I'll be able to give them that buff, I think, if I remember correctly, because this is oh, this is start the battle round. I thought this was shooting phase. Okay, so then we just turn 1 probably don't use it, but turn 2 set up an Iron Strider, pop these guys out, shoot turn 1 if I can do something with that. If not, I'll just do it turn 2. I don't like the fact that it's battle round, because I'm assuming you can't pick if he's inside the transport, I think. Drop the Scatros and put in Sulfur Pups? No, I don't want that. Unless it gets me to 99. Solid list name. My Admech lists are always my body's a machine that turns my body into a machine. Yeah, so Cantic Thrallnet, that's the idea, at least, to be with the Iron Striders. I think it's not... Oh, wow, it's 25 points. Ew. Oh, well, we'll see how it works. The other one is Battlesphere Uplink. This one's a lot more self-explanatory. Whenever they shoot, if they're not in engagement range, they can make up a normal move. So the idea is you pop them out of your transport, shoot your transport, great, you get reroll wounds against whatever you just shot. Then you shut out your Vanguard, right? They get reroll hits from the Marshal, reroll wounds from the Dune Rider support, and then they make a normal move at the end of their shooting activation. They just hop back in the transport, and you just do it all over again. It's fucking awesome. Scatros, literally worthless. He's just gonna be sitting there. Do I go Radium? This is always still a question to me. Radium Jezzail or Arquebus? Because flat 3 damage is a lot better, but it doesn't kill leaders. D3 definitely doesn't kill leaders, but at least it gets 7 minus 2. 5 minus 2 anti-infantry 3. I guess probably the Radium Jezzail is better, yeah. Pretty sure that's what I usually run. I was thinking that I should replace the Omnispecs here. So I think what I'll do is with my Vanguard, I'm going to give them ignore cover because they are probably more likely to be skirmishing. But Rangers, I think I'm going to keep with the data tether because they benefit from a couple of strats. Most notably, you could do something like... Where is it? You could do a program withdrawal. So what you could do is if once you know that your opponent has all the movement down... Let me see if I can bring up a map. One sec. Where is it? God, I always lose this fucking picture. Where are you? Where are you? Show yourself. Alright, let me look it up. Map. There it is. So, like... Okay. So, like... Is there a way to edit this? Oh, there we go, edit. So what you can do is, like, have some Skitarii, You can have some Skitarii, like, back here. Oh, this sucks. You can have some Skitarii, like, back here, right? Start off here. And then they can stick your objective, right? And say... I don't know. You want to keep them, like, here. Like, scout them over here. They're spreading aura to, like, everything over here, right? What you can do is... If you know that your opponent has basically deployed everything over here, you can then make these guys, like, since they'll stick you the objective because they're rangers, you can target them with program withdrawal, and then you pull them out of here and, like, spawn them here or something, right? So that they can continue to do fire support and spread aura while not giving up this objective because it's stickied. So the rangers, like, are kind of like a little niche unit in that sense. You could pick up your Sicarians if you really need to, but it does say Skitarii infantry, so you can kind of reposition any rangers that would otherwise be stuck in this part of the battlefield because it's like turn 3 and they don't move that fast, right? So that's not a bad target with them at all. And if you give them data tethers, then they can try to get you the CP back, which is something that we're hurting for, because ideally, like, if rangers are shooting, like, from fucking here to here, or, like, here, kind of drawing this line like that, or like that, they're probably going to get cover, but they're fucking rangers. Like, yeah, they're going to deal some damage, but I don't really care if they don't. So, Shroud Protocols is going to be nice. Probably with the Iron Strike. No, it says infantry. Probably with the Rust Stalkers. Isolate and Destroy. This is the AP one? No, this is the wound roll one. This one's good with Belisarius. Adding one to the wound roll. You can go down to wounding on 2s. Twin linked? Oh my gosh. That's actually kind of crazy. Wait. You just have to be... They have to be separated by 6 inches? That's crazy. I'm not too familiar with SHC. Sorry. Sicarian firepower doesn't matter. Taraxi firepower doesn't matter. Mounted firepower doesn't matter. At most, the only benefit you get is from Sulfur Hounds, which are like fucking garbage, or Taraxi, which I would much rather have it on the Sterilizers. That's why I had 10 on my list, was because they can drop down, reroll their wound rolls if they're within 6 inches of a Skitarii, and then they can add 1 to the wound roll. And I think their Flamers are S4. So you'll be wounding most things on 4s, rerolling, but then you can push it up to 3. Where are you? That's 4, right? The other Phosphor Torch is 401. I guess Sulfur Hounds kind of do have... This is like Mega Cope, by the way. Sulfur Hounds kind of do have a place here. Because, like, you could charge them, get the invulns, and then you get the... They have -1 AP on their flames. Yes, they're strength 3, which is garbage, but then you can add +1 to the wound. Yeah, but then you're spending a CP to wound on 4s. Like, that sucks. Like, that really blows. God, these things are such a mess, man. It sucks. They used to be my favorite fucking unit in the game. Like, why? Why do they have strength 3 flamers? It just doesn't work. They would be so good with Isolate and Destroy if you could, like, go into something, fucking light it up, and then if they survive next turn, just fucking flame them to death. I guess you can run them up and flame them, but, like, then you're spending 1 CP to do menial damage. It's the shelf. Bionic Endurance, this thing is busted. This is Advanced and Charged Bionic Defense. This is the one that gives you 1 AP. Yeah, 2 Skitarii units from your army that have not been selected to shoot. They get 1, but they have to shoot the same thing. So yeah, what you can do with this one too, kind of what I was alluding to earlier, like if your Skitari, like you say you have Rangers back here sticking this, you pull them out, you spawn them here, but then your Vanguard are like over here, then if something is right here, then you crossfire them like that, and then you give them both the AP, right? So they'll both get the AP, but one of them will have the ignore cover rerolling wounds from the transport, the other one will be selected as a target. Yes, they won't have ignore cover, but they will have -1 AP, improve to -2 if you're in Conquer, and then you could possibly get your CP back. Sure, it's 2 CP, kind of blows, but, you know, if you really did want to try that out. I bet Sulfur Hounds are an absolute tear into Grots. Thing that screws me over about Sulfur Hounds is the 9-inch range. Yeah, 9-inch range, strength 3. Like, it's so bad. It's just so bad. And the thing is, like, an AP -1 Flamer is so good, but, like, losing that fucking 3 inches of, or 4 inches of range and losing that 1 pip of strength is just so fucking crippling, dude. Because, like, even against something like GSC, you start wounding them on fucking 4s, and it's like, you're fighting GSC. You know what I mean? Like, because you can bump this up to AP2 and they basically don't have a save, and it's a pistol, so it's like, okay, you can like run up to something, charge it, and then if you survive the incoming combat, then you can flame them in melee. Like, that is awesome, right? But then it's like, why is that a thing? You're trying to put pistols into something that is barely survivable. Like, back when these guys used to be fucking 3 wounds each, yeah, maybe, but like, that hasn't been a case for like 2 editions now. They're very, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway. Hi buddy, welcome. Although it's okay to like bad units, I've been trying to make bots work for like a year. I don't think bots have been bad for a year though. I'd say in the last 6 months they were pretty solid, and then definitely now they're like, actually not even, because like they've been good since I would say December, because that's when Halo's Creed came out, and they were very viable in Halo's Creed. The thing that I hate about the pups is that you can't shoot the carbine in the breath on the enemy. Wait, what? The carbine? You talking about the blast pistol or whatever? It doesn't show the profile. One sec. Is it like unselect the profiles that I have to click or something? Because I know one of them has blast, and it's just like, why? Like, why would I ever take this? Isn't there like a thing that's select I'm just gonna add them to the list. Blast carbine. I know you can't shoot because it has blast. Phosphor pistol. How does a pistol have more fucking strength than a flamethrower the size of a dog? What? I don't get it. Pistol plus not pistol. Oh, yeah, you're right. Not that the blast carbine is really all that good anyway. I would just take all phosphor pistols and sulfur breath if it's up to me personally. You could like definitely spike the attack, but it's just like, it's okay. I don't know what they're trying to do with this fucking thing, man. Robots are hilarious with the artisan enhancement. That's the +1 I hit one, right? Let me check. Oops. While the bear is leading a unit on your marker, once per phase, you can change the result of one hit roll, one wound roll, one saving throw, made to a 6. It's okay. The saving throw into a 6 is funny, but like, you just guarantee one mortal wound. I did have a game in my first GT that I did this year where a guy shot 6 last Centurions at me, and I reflected all of the... Or I didn't take a single point of damage, and I reflected back 4 mortal wounds, and I was like, you go fuck yourself. The intern they let write our codex messed up dogs real bad. Yeah, and they still haven't fixed them. It's crazy. Dogs are so bad. The blast carbine looks really cool too, which makes me sad. Yeah, I mean, like, if I remember correctly, in the video that I made about the crab tank, the first thing I ever painted was 10 Skitari Rangers. Then I built 2 squads, one of Sulfur Hounds, one of the dogs. or one of the horses, the raiders, and then I built a crab tank. So they're like one of my first models because they were my favorite to use Tactical Obliqua in. I kind of want to like, I don't know if I want to throw them away, but this was back when I like magnetized everything and they had like looked really choppy because of that. So I thought about like either green stuffing, no, mean green, like just stripping them from their paint, and then just like hard gluing their things on because I just don't have the patience to deal with swapping them between raiders and sulfur hounds. At this point, I'm also just waiting for an STL to come out that I like and be like, all right. That's kind of what I've been doing is like I'll buy one model from GW that I like, so like Skystalkers or Sterilizers, and then Skystalkers will be a 3D print. Same with like what I'm doing with Vanguards. Like I like how the Rangers look. I'll buy Vanguard or I'll buy Rangers, but I'll print Vanguard, so it's like halving the price. Generator artisan bots are quite scary. My cat's tail is in the middle of the screen. 4+ symbol and save while within an acquisition objective marker. I don't know, but then you have to play Explorator Maniple. Like, that's the problem. Is that then you're playing Explorator Maniple. I was looking at that. I want to look at those crit rules that I was talking about earlier, because I know that they sound like mega busted in paper, and then you're just like, wait. Oh yeah, 6+ invuln against melee, 5+ against ranged, yeah. So, lay down, buddy. You're just smacking your head into things. Each time a crew unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll if the target is below starting strength. Yeah, this sounds really strong. And then you realize it's crew. What do I think is stronger now? Onager Dunecrawler, Neutron Laser, or Casino Crab? I think... I never really liked the Neutron Laser, if I'm being honest with you. Excuse me. So, the thing with the Neutron Laser is that if you're taking it in Protector, you're hitting on 3s up to 2s, right? But no sane mind is going to let you line up a shot with a Neutron Laser standing still. Like, it's just not going to happen. At least into the things that you really want to punch it into. So, at best, you're hitting at 3s, which basically just makes it a better Ferromite cannon, and that's it, right? At worst, you're hitting on 4s, and you're missing half of your attacks. And it's like, okay, for relatively the same output that a Disintegrator can. So that's a thing that a lot of people kind of confuse with the Disintegrator, is that, look, I'm not the biggest fan of the Disintegrator personally because it always fails me, and that's literally just bias, right? Like, I know that the Disintegrator is a good tank, but it just never fucking works for me. That said, the Scorpius Disintegrator is still better than a Neutron Crab because if we look at... Okay, so if we look at this, right? Breakpoint 12, Breakpoint 16. Yes, this thing has higher strength. It does better into Toughness 13 things up. There's not that many Toughness 12, Toughness 13 things in the game. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the biggest things about the Dunecrawler Neutron Laser is that, yes, it's better, right? 1 extra AP, 1 extra damage, 4 extra strength, same amount of shots, same amount of range, and then you can give it heavy, right? But heavy's not going to really matter because you're not going to be able to like line of sight with the Dunecrawler. Like, if your opponent puts something out in front of a Neutron Laser, that is their fault. You know what I mean? But like, the Ferromite cannon is going to do 1 less damage, but it's anything that either of these two hit, for the most part, is going to have an invuln save, right? There's not many vehicles that can survive a -4 Ferromite cannon with Conqueror, right? Or a -4 or a -5 Neutron Laser. There's not many of them that are going to be either not forced into an invuln or basically be saving on 6s. The thing is that when you're done firing the Neutron Laser, you're done. That's it. That's the end of the Dunecrawler's activation, basically. With the Disintegrator, you get 18 stubber shots if you're within ½ inch, and then you get the Disruptor Missile Launcher, which this thing is cracked, in my opinion. Like, if you take Disintegrators, you take it for the Missile Launcher, because it is way more, in my opinion, it's done way more work than the Ferromite. But that's the difference, is that people look at these 3d6 and compare it to the neutron laser and they're like, well, you get 1 more damage, right? And you get 1 more AP, and it has heavy. And it's like, yeah, but then you also have 3 shots of an entirely separate unit, or a separate gun, on top of the stubber fire, because this thing only has 3 stubbers, right? But this thing, or sorry, this Dunecrawler only has 1 heavy stubber that it can come with, right? Because if we look at war gear composition, it can be equipped with 1. But if we look at war gear composition for this, it's equipped with 3, if it would show. Where is it? There we go. 3 Cognis heavy stubbers. So with this thing, you only get 6 shots max. With this thing, you get 18. So that's the difference between these two. Neutron explodes in the face of a 4+ invul and also yeah. You have to, you take the crab with ERAD and walk up to the battle line. Got my first disintegrator and shot it off the burp. Yeah, so that is the downside of the disintegrators, right? Is that they don't have an invul save, and they're not like exactly they're tanky, but they're not like crazy. They're not like Dunecrawler, but Dunecrawler is an anomaly, to be fair. Like, there's not many vehicles that have a 4+ invul save. And on top of that, like, the disintegrator is pretty good at its range. I mean, 36 on most of its guns, 48 on the Ferromite specifically. But it has a 2+ save as a 165-point chassis. That's the craziest part, is that it's 2+ at 165 points. Like, hide it behind some cover, and you're basically like, they have to force like an AP5 save on you, which isn't common, right? And then as you start taking out the threats with like Ferromite cannons and missile launchers, you move them up, and then you have 18 stubbers to fire on top of that. Like, that's the good part about these things. But with the neutron laser, is like, you get 3 shots, you get 6 stubber shots, which are most likely to miss because stubbers are better in massive fire, like 18 shots as opposed to 6, and then you're done. And that's it. That's all it does. It just sits there. And that's why I don't like the neutron laser. Like, yes, it can absolutely haymaker something, but so can the disintegrator. And then it has all these guns on top of it. So I feel like you should play into the strengths of the Dunecrawler and not make it just like a glorified disintegrator at that point. You know what I mean? Because the other good part about it is that if you're in Conquer, this thing shoots in 4s no matter what, right? But then this thing shoots in 4s except for this one that shoots on 3s if you're targeting the right things. So you still get to keep firepower while being on the move. That's why I don't like the fact that this thing has heavy, because people rely on it getting heavy all the time, and it's like, it's not going to. But the Ferromite cannon can move, draw line of sight, and still get +3 because of the Ferromite buff. That's what makes this thing so good. The neutron crab gets a 2nd stubber. I don't think it's better, but it does have some more shooting. Is it a 2nd stubber? 1 additional stubber. Okay, so the neutron laser specifically comes with a stubber. Okay, I see. I got you. Yeah, because when you take, I know when you take twin heavy phosphor blaster, you only have 1 stubber. But if you take neutron laser, you have 2. Okay, so you go up to 12. I still don't think it's good, because you don't have a missile launcher. So yeah, even with that, I won't concede my point, chat. But no, I get what you guys are saying. Yeah, it would be more shots. But point still stands. I mean, let's see the points differences. So disintegrators 165, 155. I would pay 10 points to have an extra missile launcher, personally. I would. This thing is cracked. I love this thing. It almost always wounds tanks on 5s, but then that twin link gets it through. The amount of things I've killed with this thing is crazy. The Ferromite cannon, fucking whatever. It's the missile launcher that saves it for me. But yeah, so going back to your question, right? Because I totally got distracted there. I think that the ERAD beamer is better than the neutron laser because it plays into the strength that an Onager Dunecrawler can move up and can do damage to things with this focus profile. Because once you get a 165-point model that is as survivable as an Onager Dunecrawler, pushing out this kind of damage, that's when it gets good, right? But like, if you're making the Onager Dunecrawler compete with the Disintegrator on the same front, then it's not going to win. It simply won't, right? Because this thing is going to out-damage it while keeping the same range, basically. But what a Disintegrator can't do is get within 18 inches of something. If it does, it's not going to survive for very long. This thing can. That's the difference. That's why I think that the Eradicator beam is better. There's also the fact that the neutron laser is just a big last cannon and everyone can use those. Only Admech get insane control Z beamers. Yeah. Does Oath make the indirect tank kind of viable? The problem is that, like, it's like, it's just not strong enough. It's like, what, 1 damage, right? 1 damage, 1 AP? Oh, it's right here. 2 AP, 1 damage. So up to 3 AP, 1 damage. It's basically like a really strong power sword profile. 2d6. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you really are having problems dealing with things depending on your playstyle. If you are playing Conquer and you have like a Dune Rider, you're going to have a lot more than 2d6 shots coming into something. You know what I mean? Because then you just run up a Dune Rider and just light them up with 18 stubber fires. I don't think, like, I think Belarus cannons are good into like mass 1 damage infantry, so things like Eldar, Orcs, yada yada yada. But there's just better answers for that. You have your Skitarii, you have everything. I think if you're going to be paying 165 points for this chassis, you're better taking you better be taking the Fairmite cannon, in my opinion. But I think the beamer, since it's going to be 3d3 attacks, hitting AP minus 3 damage 3 is insane. And then it can still contest those tanks that you, like, say you didn't pop off a tank with this profile, you can still contest it with this. Just because it has blast doesn't mean it has to go into infantry. So, it's just such a good all-around gun. I've always liked the ERAD beamer, but it just never, like, quite got there, and I think this will get it there. Losing sustain sucks, yes it does, but, like, getting 3d3 is a lot better in my opinion. And at least it frees up your CP economy, because like now you don't have to worry about giving this thing crit 5s, because I don't think it ever feels good to give a Onager Dunecrawler crit 5s, in my opinion. Like, yes, this is the best part about it, but like then you're done with it and you're like, oh, okay. I missed half of my attacks, you know. Just join the chat. What do we think about the Battleclade? Still good take. Okay, so I actually do want to cover that, because I did shit talk the Battleclade when it came out, and I have been using it a lot lately, and I have turned around. So let me see. So I said that I think that Cerberus, Sulfur Hound, not Sulfur Hounds, get these things away from me. Raiders. I said that I feel like Raiders are better. I kind of still think so, but I've noticed that it's very terrain dependent. So like I've seen people play in WKTC, or not UKTC terrain, and Raiders are fucking incredible there because they have so much open ruins that they can run through. The biggest downside about Raiders is the fact that they cannot move through ruins, right? But I think they're like mega solid when they can run through like just terrain pieces. Not like through terrain, but like around terrain pieces, because reactive move is massive, right? D6. The reactive move is a lot better when you can move around ruin or through ruins. So but 12-inch move Scout 9 is fucking awesome for like screening and move blocking, right? And then they keep their 5+ invuln save, 2 wounds each. I really like that, right? It's still a total of only 6 wounds, which kind of hurts, whereas the Battleclade is 9. But they only have a 6+ invuln save, and this is the thing that I really don't like about the Battleclade, is that like they basically fold like nothing, right? Now, I skip shooting with them for the most part. The only thing that I don't skip shooting with is heavy bolter, arc rifle, pistol, and melta gun. If they're close enough, I'll do the flamers, right? But like, I know a lot of people are always talking about their guns, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, like their stubber fire is not that bad, and so is their flamer. Yeah, it's not, but like that's not what they're here for, in my opinion. I shoot these things because the other things are just a waste of time, and then that makes me lose to the clock, personally. However, this ability will, 1, have your opponents think that you're cheating, but 2, is fucking incredible. Like, I said that the reason I like these guys is because they can move up 12 inches and make it to the same distance, right? Because these guys only move 6, and then you have to advance them and hope to God you get a 6 to make the same amount of distance that a Raider can reliably, right? That's the difference, is you're not guaranteed a 6-inch advance with these guys. You are guaranteed 12 inches of movement with these guys. The difference is these guys can walk through walls, so the path that they have to take is a lot shorter. These guys are a lot more consistent. I tend to rely on these guys more, right? However, playing these guys, there are some games where I don't make the advance to where I need to get to. But even so, when you do, it is so good. It is like so fucking good. And if you set them up in a position, like I deploy them very aggressively. I put them like right on the line, like not here necessarily, but I'll put them maybe like right here, so that if I immediately get cleanse, I just fucking push them out here, cleanse, and if I die, I die. I don't give a fuck. These guys are 50 something points. Like, what is it, 60, 55? 60, yeah. If I lose these guys for 60, I don't even know where I'm at anymore. If I lose these guys for 60, but I get like full cleanse, I'm happy. I don't give a fuck. And then I can maybe shoot a couple of these guns off, right? But like, I have really started to like these guys. I don't think there's a single game where they haven't given me a full mission. And that's how my last GT has been for the most part. Like, every game came down to challenger cards. Thank God those things are fucking gone. Like, I've lost 2 games because of challenger cards and tied because of a challenger card in my last GT. And these guys made that gap more often than not. They were just like, hey, instead of getting half cleanse, you get full cleanse. And then next turn, I'll get like full established locus or behind enemy lines, because they just, like, once they do an action here, your opponent's like, they're servitors. I don't give a fuck about them, right? So then you're like, all right, I'm going to cleanse here. I'm going to get behind enemy lines. I'm going to advance them over here again. And then now I get full behind enemy lines. And they just never commit to shooting them because they're fucking worthless. But like, you just keep popping off. You just keep going around doing actions, yada, yada, yada. And then they just don't want to invest into it. And then when they finally do, you're like, cool, I literally don't give a shit. Like, that's the best part about them. So I have turned around to them. I think that their loadout is like as much flamers as you can, and then the melt-a-gun, because the phosphor blaster sucks dick. Everything else comes with the kit. The only thing I don't like is that the moment they do decide to turn around and shoot them, they like fold instantly. They're fucking worthless when it comes to being saved. Whereas Cerberus Raiders are a little bit tougher at that. But cutting through ruins, like, I mean, if we look at this map right here, if you wanted to do what I said, going from here to here to cleanse, and then, like, I don't know, from here to here to establish locus, or from here to here to try to get extend or behind enemy lines or something, whatever the action is, sabotage, right? Whatever it is, they can just boop, right? Whereas Raiders would kind of have to do this, or they would have to kind of do this, or do this, or like in this instance go like that. And like, they probably have the movement to do it, but it's still a pain in the ass, you know what I mean? So I like them. I think they're still interchangeable, but I think I was talking a bit too much shit. I do like the fact that like I was able to kind of like not do that, sorry. That I was able to kind of go like this, and then I saw like, I don't know, a rhino, and I was like, oh sure, I'll just shoot a fucking heavy arc rifle into it and deal 3 damage, why not? Like, that's nice, right? I don't think that's like the craziest thing in the world that they can advance or do actions and shoot. I don't think like that's ever like really changed a game, so to speak, which is why I don't really put that much I don't know, I guess stock into that ability. But I did have a game where I was like, I think something like I was here, and then I had some like stern guards coming this way, and I was able to flamer overwatch like 4 of them out, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty good. You know what I mean? So, and I think I was doing a burn action here, so that's what let me do it. So they're good. I want to say, like, if I had to rank it, Raiders for me were like a 7 out of 10, and I thought the Battleclade was like a 4, and now they're up to like an 8 in my opinion. I always take at least 1. This is the first list that I don't take 1, and it's simply because 1, this benefits Qatari more, and 2, I don't have the room for it. So, but if I did, I probably would take a Battleclade. So. Omnissiah has the best name for their children. I like to run Battleclade for that sweet Tech Priest model. Agree, yeah. I feel like I'm cheating when I use them. Even if the Underseer is the only model left, I can still use the ability. Exactly. I do feel like, yeah, I always have to explain, because I'm just like, I'm going to advance into the action. Like, you can't do that. And I'm like, actually, yes, I can. Yeah, good point about the Underseer. Are you talking about like a separate ability that I'm forgetting about? Or are you talking about this one? Yeah, just this one. Okay. For some reason, I was like, does he have data spikes? Would you like 3 VP or to win the game? Honestly, the VP is the thing that makes me lose the game. Everyone always just cashes them in for the VP, and they're like, okay, yeah, I win. I was like, god damn it, this fucking sucks. Like, what was my last GT list? Do I have it? Let me see if I can find it real quick. We're not logged in. Does it show my last games? No, it doesn't. I thought it showed past games. My events. Oh, here we go, past. Wow, I can't see my own fucking events? God, BCP, you're so garbage, man. What's that other one website? Army Lists RMZ. Did they take this website down? Okay, no, it's still here. Oh no, maybe they took it out. I might still have it in New Recruit. Okay, maybe it's just better to look it up in New Recruit. I don't know if I edited it. I think it was this one, Halo Rusties. No, this one has double Dominus. No, this is the Bonk Squad one that I was fucking with. I might have just changed it. I think it used to be this list and then I fucked it up. That's so dumb that you can't see your own past lists. That's actually so aggravating. I know it's in my tablet. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll see if I can upload it to my computer. 1 second. Yupa. Oh man, it is chilly in here. Turn off my AC. Ooh, I got a new Patreon subscriber. Thank you. Thank you. As soon as my tablet turns on. But I think I could probably just make it real quick. Because it was basically this list. No, because I didn't have Bonk Squad. Okay, so never mind. It was definitely not this list. That is so whack. Wow. BCP is such garbage, man. This GT was like a week ago too. Like, I'm surprised I can't see my results. Okay. Give me a second. Let me send this to myself on like Facebook or something. Tablet is starting. Thank you. Let's see. Files. Internal storage. 40K. Who's this one? Load. Share. Man, I bought this tablet like 2 years ago. And I barely use it, and it's still slow as shit. Gotta go CLCU. Come on, load. Before, I guess I just turned it on. Alright, send. Alright. Is there a website where you can just look at all the lists? It used to be Army RMZ, this one, but it doesn't look like it's working right now, so. Excuse me. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working. I don't know. They probably took it down. There was another website, but I don't remember the name of it. Oh, there's a new tournament nearby for me. Wait, tomorrow? I work tomorrow. I can't do that. Okay, it didn't send. God damn it. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that BCP is just like, hey, remember that thing that you paid for? You don't get to see it anymore. It's like, oh, great, thanks. Okay, it says that it's sent, but it's not. Obviously not. Alright, maybe let me try to, like, throw it on a Discord or something. Come on, hurry up. Alright, let me see if it worked. Alright, here we go. Got it. I got it. This was my list. So I had Cawl. I had it's kind of small. I had a Manipulus. This guy had Cognitive Reinforcements. He was with a Corpy Bomb. Then I had another Manipulus with Sanctified Ordnance. This guy was with 6 Breachers. Right, I need to get some sleep. The flesh is weekends later this side of the Atlantic. Nice to see you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Techno-Archaeologists, just to sit there. Another I think I had 2 of them, right? Didn't I? But I had 2. No, I just had 1. Okay, never mind. Rangers, because Rangers, and then Electro Priests. Are these like? Yeah, it's not showing multiples. I had 2 of these. Corpuscari, they were with the Cognitive Reinforcement one. Because again, double Doctrinas, and then the idea was to give them crit 5s. Didn't work out very well. Breachers, these guys were really good and they were really bad, because that's how Breachers are. So there was one game where I got shot by a repulsor execution, no, an impulsor, the transport, and I got hit by like the big gun, the defensive array, all the fucking little fucking guns that thing has, and it killed my Breachers. And I was like, wow, because I didn't roll a single save that was above a 3. So that was really painful to see. Skystalkers, always run 2 of these guys. Then I had the Battleclade. Then I had 2 Infiltrators. Oh, right here it says ×2. Okay, yeah, see, so 2 Infiltrators. 2 10-man Rust Stalkers. And they were like basically just advanced and charging all game with Halo's buff. 2 Disintegrators with the Fahrenheit Cannons. And then 1 Dune Rider. That one was the one carrying around the Corpuscari Electro Priest. So the idea there is to give them crit 5s. You put them out of a transport. And then they get sustain hits 2 lethals on crit 5s because they're being led by the Manipulus with both Doctrina. So instead of hitting on 3s, they hit on 2s, and in the melee they hit on 3s. And then they get the -1 AP from like a battle line being nearby or something. People do not like to see Breachers on the board. Yeah, it's a big like they do what? And then they just get murdered. So I've never been such a plasma gun magnet. Yeah, if they know what they do, they do. I had a friend accused... Yeah, I'd say he's a friend. I fought against him a lot because he plays World Eaters. And we were paired against each other again here. And he didn't know that the hydraulic claws were this deadly. So then he came back to me after the game and he's like, hey man, you said they were damage 3. And I was like, yeah, they are. And he's like, no, they're damage 1. And I was like, they're not damage 1. What are you talking about? So... he was like, yeah, that would have changed the game, dude. And then I was like, what are you looking at? And he's like, I'm looking at New Recruit. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So he was looking at Arc Claws because that's the default option. I was like, oh, no, look at their other melee weapon. And he's like, oh, why the fuck would you ever take Arc Claws? And I'm like, I have 0 idea. They're so bad. But like, yeah, it's the, because I had another guy accusing me of cheating. Not so much like accused, he was more confused. Because I rolled on my 6s and I'm like, all right, I got 7 wounds for you. And he's like, yeah, you still need to roll your wound. And I was like, oh, they're lethals. And he's like, what are they lethal from? I'm like, the leader. He's like, wait, so you like, all your 6s in Overwatch are just automatic wounds? Yeah. Yeah, that's how that works. Thanks for sharing. How did the Electro Priest do? I'm literally painting some right now. They, there was one part, I told my friends and they were like, this is what you did wrong. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right. So there was a game where I had some, I wish I could look at the fucking layouts, but I can't. I was basically like right here, right? And then I had my battle clay like right here doing something. And then he deep striked Deathwing Knights right here. So I was like, oh shit. And I was like, wait, perfect. I have my Corpuscari bombs. So I drove this bitch over. And then I dropped my guys off right here. And I had some Skitari kind of like this, right? So I was like, perfect. I'm going to get this buff. It's going to be awesome, right? So what ends up happening is I crit 5 and I shoot these guys. He uses go to ground, so he gets benefit of cover, right? So his save goes from a 3 up to a 2 up. And I want to say it was 30 attacks. I got up to like 56. And then it was like 40 something wounds. Out of that 40 something, 1 Deathwing Knight died, which is 4 wounds. And then at that point I was like, oh, like this is bad. This is really bad. So what ended up happening is he charged over here, got my battle clade, but I had some like infiltrators over here, so I kind of moved them back, and then they came around, lost their AP buff, right? But no. What happened before they came around? He moved. I overwatched. My overwatch on those crit 6 or the crit 5s, or not, you can't crit 5 in Overwatch. The sustains that I got with the lethals, that killed like 4 of them, which was like, oh, there we go, there it is. But yeah, that 56 shooting doing 4 damage to one was just like, I remember why I don't like Corpuscari, because they just have the tendency of just being really bad into Terminator bodies. And the reason I took them against these Deathwing Knights was because I was like, oh, perfect, Deathwing Knights ignore damage down to 1, so they're 1 damage, I'm just gonna drown them in fire, and it didn't matter because they have a 2+ save. So the idea is that what you're supposed to do is that you charge them, right, because they can't get cover from that. And then yes, they can still AOC, which my opponent had enough to just AOC. And at that point, I was like, why would I charge him just so he can AOC when I can just shoot him with 2+ ballistic skill as opposed to 3+ weapon skill? That's just something that you have to deal with when facing Marines. Is just know that they always have AOC, basically, because every strat is free. So, yeah. All of which to say, that sucked. I was not a fan of that. I was very, very disappointed by that. And then I was like, that's right. I love Corpuscari in principle, but in execution, they're almost always dog shit. So, I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. I like every single game I played at the GT, I was like, I wish I had my Bonk Squad back. Like, I need to get Bonk Squad back. It's too good to give up, in my opinion. Only problem is that Bonk Squad is extremely fragile, but that's also kind of the point, is that you just kind of suicide a unit forward and then just annihilate your opponent. So it doesn't end up mattering. Right on. I'm gonna go back to playing this half sword game, because I've talked to death. Bonk Squad. You don't know what Bonk Squad is? Let me lay down some facts for you, my friend. Bonk Squad is the nickname for this right here, which is, you can take your choice of a Tech Priest Dominus or Tech Priest Manipulus, but a Bonk Squad is when you give inloaded lethality to one of your Tech Priests. So, boop, boop. Let me zoom out a little bit. So the way that it works is, inloaded lethality reads, you give it to a Dominus or Manipulus. It adds 3 to the attack characteristics and 1 to the damage, right? So your attacks go from 4 to 7, and then they go up to damage 3, right? The difference between choosing a Dominus and choosing a Manipulus is just the AP. Dom is AP -2, Manipulus is AP -1, right? So what you do is you take these guys with a minimum squad of Breachers, right? And then as you do that, as I did right here, you can see the 6 and 3. This is what they call the 6-3 breacher break. So the 6 go with a Manipulus or something that has, you know, the cognitive reinforcement, whatever you want to take, or sanctified ordnance. And then the 3, you take them, same thing, heavy arc rifle, hydraulic claw, and you take a priest of your choice, whether you want to give them lethal hits or you just want the extra AP from this, because now you'll go to AP -3 and conquer 3 damage. Like at that point, you are murdering things, right? Because you'll also have 7 attacks. Then your breachers have 3 damage attacks. So it's just a bunch of damage 3 melee. On top of the fact that what you do with Bonk Squad is you just assault them up. Like you just say aggressively deploy them like right here. And if your opponent so much as thinks as showing themselves in this area or in this area, you assault them in, you shoot this to death, you charge this, and then you just beat down. And then if they die, right? But you probably get your points value off of that, right? That's the thing about Bonk Squad, is that it just goes in, it shoots something because it aggressively gets into rapid fire. It doesn't want to really be staging. It just goes boom, boom, shoot you, and then I'm going to charge you, and I'm going to beat you up, and I'm probably going to kill you, because in Loaded Lethality, 7 attacks at AP -3, damage 3 is crazy, not counting the breachers. And then all of them re-rolling hits if you can keep them with an aura. And then after that, like, if somebody tries to come over here, you overwatch them, they probably die, and then your guys are going to die. But, like, more often than not, Bonk Squad will take out 2 to 3 units, meaningful units. You need to charge them into something that's good. But it'll take out 2 or 3 meaningful units for a very, very low price. I mean, 80 plus 106, so 240, which is kind of nothing for us, to be fair, because then we have all of this to fall back on, right? That's the idea of Bonk Squad. And while they're too busy, like, you know, trying to recover from the fucking shock and awe that is this, you have like a 6-man breacher squad moving up over here and then lighting everything up here. That's the idea. Bonk Squad is very much just like a very aggressive hammer and anvil strategy. So, how do you best deal with a Tervigon? I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's a Tyranid unit. Tervigon. Let's see. Lethal hits to Termagants. Okay. That's fucking annoying. Holy shit. Oh, it's ranged weapons. Okay. Yeah, because Hormagants are the melee ones. In your command phase, you can select up to 1 friendly Termagon unit within 3. Okay. 16 wounds, 11 damage. 2+ save. You just shoot it with last cannons, it looks like. A breacher will destroy this thing. Like, it's 2+ save. You can push it to a 5+ save with a bunch of lethals. Here, let's do a little test roll. Let's say you have Bonk Squad. Let's use Bonk Squad. Let's use Bonk Squad. So, rapid fire gives you 4 shots, right? Because it's 2 shots for arc rifle. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 12 right there. Let's say a Manipulus is leading. I like Manipulus leading Bonk Squad better. So you get, let's see, how many rerolls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's a lot of fucking misses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rerolls. Bam, bam. I could probably do this just in TTS better, but I don't feel like pulling that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I'm missing one. Wait, no, it's 12. My bad. Okay. So then this is a miss, 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 this is a miss. Well, that's a lot of misses, actually. And then that one of them is a lethal, so we'll just remove that. And then rolling to wound. What are 8 versus what was this thing? 8 versus 11, so on 5s. Yikes, that's a really shitty roll, actually. So 2 at AP -3. This thing saves on a 5. Okay, so it takes 3 damage. Yikes. Okay, that's not good. And then melee. Let's see the breachers again. So you've done 3 to this thing so far. And then you go, ooh, 2 lethals, 2 rerolls. Okay, take these lethals out. Take these out. So 3 saves. AP -3, so 5s. Okay, so 2 more fails. So you've done 9 damage to it so far. And that's not even swinging the Dominus yet. So 9 damage. Oh, I said Manipulus, but it's the same profile, except for the AP. So 7 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are hitting on 3s, right? Hitting on 2s. So 1 reroll, boom. Okay, 1 lethal, and 5. What is it? 7 minus what? 6 versus 11. So you're still on 5s. Miss, 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 miss. And then it was 2 lethals. 3 hits, 2 lethals. Saving on 4s. So that's another 3 damage there. So what do we say? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you've almost just killed it with Bonk Squad. And that was a really bad shooting. So, there you go. Just rush your Bonk Squad at it. More than likely, you'll kill it. LOL, okay, that's pretty sick, yeah. Nice strat. I'm gonna copy that. I have to go now, sadly. Good night. Good night. Wanted to sleep, then you started streaming. First stream, loved it. Oh, thank you. Corby Priests have always spiked for me. 8 wounds into a Rogel door and have forever endear them to me. 8 wounds for... Depends on how much squad... Depends on how big your squad was. That's either really good or really bad. I think if you took 10 and you only got 8 wounds through, that kind of sucks. But if you got 5, if it was just 5, that's crazy. But then again, they're going into something very suboptimal to them, so I guess it's kind of expected. I can't blame you for that. There are sometimes I ride the high of priests, and sometimes that they just like absolutely let me down. So I don't know. It's very here and there, in my opinion. But no, with this new data slate, I'm especially excited for the infiltrators. I think they're actually going to be extremely good. They're just going to be like really good at holding the points that you normally just like blitz them into for like, oh, I don't care if this guy lives or not. You know what I mean? Much like this guy. Don't care if you live or not. Die. So, the infiltrator buff is probably my favorite, as well as the Erad Beamer one. The problem is, though, like, as much as I like the Erad Beamer, it is, like, it's stuck between, like, being okay into tanks and okay into infantry, and since we're in a very tank-heavy meta, I just don't see why you would take the Erad Beamer when you can just take another Disintegrator for 10 more points. Excuse me. Sorry, hiccups. So, that's like the only problem I have with the new Onager buff. It's not really a problem with the Onager. It's good. It's really good. But it's like, it's just not the meta for you to utilize the Erad Beamer. I think when we go back down to like more combined, arms, I guess, like when people are running a bunch of infantry and a bunch of tanks, or maybe a little bit more elites, I think that's when the Erad Beamer is really going to shine. But since it's like a heavy skew into tanks right now, I just don't see why you would take that over something like a Faramite cannon, in my opinion. So, I don't expect to see a bunch of Disintegrators, at least in like hyper competitive lists, but I do expect to see some, not Disintegrators, sorry, Onagers. Although you got me to Admech, always appreciate your input and insight. Praise the on the side. Thank you. I try my best. I like how, since I started going to... Shit. Fuck. Since I started going to a lot more events recently, I've noticed that there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, I really like Admech, but they're just not in a good position and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I can't blame you. Please don't hit me. Ah, shit. I can't blame you. Because it's really hard to get into an army with all these barriers in the way. But you know, the interest is there. Is the crazy part? Is a lot of people like the army or want to try the army or X, Y, or Z, but you just can't justify it. And I completely understand that point of view. Just kind of sucks. Because I don't know. I saw somebody make made a comment on the data slate in Warhammer Competitive in the data slate thread on Reddit. They're saying that Dark Angels is the new Admech, and I was like, I don't know about that one, buddy. You have the entire fucking Space Marine Codex to lean back on. I don't know if I'd say that. I have to beat this guy up. Ow! Oh my gosh. Alright, I have to give up. God damn it. Have I ever considered doing list breakdown videos? It was super interesting to hear you walk through that Halo 3 battle playlist. You know, I've had a lot of people ask me about that. I don't know if people are wanting me to break down their lists or break down my lists. One video that I kind of have in the... Dude, get off of me. One video that I kind of have in the works right now is a GT recap. And by in the works, I mean that I thought that it'd be kind of cool. I haven't really started much since I released like the last two videos yesterday. But I figured like I'd probably review my list like I just did, and then how the games went. That's probably gonna be the next video. God, bro, go down already. God, he fucked me up. Can I have your knife, please? I need your knife. Yeah, but I might. I think next video we're gonna see how it does. Oh, you're so done. Oh, you're so done. I got double knife. Hiya. A video like that would be sick. Like a tournament recap or reviewing other people's lists. But we'll see. Hey, I love the Admech content. 10th edition was my jumping on point. I picked the army I liked lore and model wise. Apparently not liking my wall. Appreciate everything you do. Thanks, man. Yeah, the crazy, but I'm not even like really big into lore. I like Admech lore, but I'm not like big into any factions lore really. Oh, I have a knife. I didn't realize that. I just like how they look, and I like the aesthetic. That was like one of the things that actually made me start doing the Forge World videos, was because people were saying that they wanted some lore and stuff, and I'm like, I literally know nothing. Like, I'm like the worst person to ask for lore. But you know, I like research a little bit. I know like about Forge Worlds and what they do, and you know the general isms, but I do have to do a bit of research when I do those videos to get like extra stuff. Ooh, like Ryza having its own sea and stuff like that. Oh, it doesn't. Not liking the wall. It makes sense. Tournament recap. Here's my list. Here's how I did. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the next video, if I'm being honest. I just have to find a way that I format it. I kind of like what the Disgustingly Resilient podcast does, where they have all these little like pucks that have the faces of the models, so that they can like kind of place it around the map as they explain what happened. But that also seems like a fuck ton of work to be like, oh, let me find every unit of every army that I went against, which I most of the time don't remember, and then, you know, turn them into little PNGs and everything. I was like, I don't know about that. I think I'll just do like a general explanation. Ooh, that's a nasty cut. I went to a local Warhammer store and got hazed away from Admech by the staff, but fell in love and found your videos. Played my first game 2 weeks ago and it was super fun. Hazed away, like they were like, don't buy this, you're gonna regret it, kind of deal. Because I can almost understand them. I haven't been in a local Warhammer store in a while. I'm surprised the local Warhammer store would disincentivize you from buying Admech, period. It's the most expensive fucking model range. Oh my god, I just slaughtered that guy. Jesus, man, I'm sorry. Oh, it's the guy with the axe. Oh, jeez. My trusty little stick. Oh, that was easy. Alright, I don't like you, so I'm gonna cut you in half now. Ayya. Okay. This game's crazy. But yeah, I think I've been like, every GT I've been going to, I've been playing a different detachment, and like I've always kind of liked bringing something different, like something fun. So like last time I played Psycho, which was my first time playing Psycho, and I brought like just a 2 squad of Dragoons, and they did nothing. And then this time I brought Halo's Creed, which is one that I'm very familiar with, but I wanted to try the Corby Bomb again because I've only tried it like 3 times, and that was kind of like this is my fun unit, and it also kind of just did a bunch of nothing. So I'm just, at this point I'm like, all right, it's time to go to like back to my optimizing of Halo's Creed. But then I was like, I kind of want to try Halo's or Skitari Hunter cohort, but that's gonna be a lot of models I have to build because I don't have that many of like the. I don't have that many Skitari. I don't have that many infiltrators. I think I only have 10 infiltrators. Okay, instantly fucking died. So I've been printing infiltrator. I'm painting 10 right now, so I'll go up to 20, and then I have 10 extra that I'm ready to paint, I think. And then I already made 10 Rust Stalkers, which I'm probably okay with. I'm just gonna have to build Skitari and pray to God that somebody makes a cool looking STL of oh my god, I just socked him in the mouth. Pray somebody makes a good STL of sterilizers. Well, I guess I don't need them anymore, actually. I just took them off the list. So never mind. I could probably put this... I stabbed myself in the foot. Okay. That's ass. Yeah, I think I'll actually be able to get this Skitari list up a lot faster. Let me actually kind of curious. Let me see. This isn't the one. So Belisarius Cawl, have him. I have 2 Marshals. I have a Scatros. I have 2 Rangers. I think I only have 1 Vanguard. So I'll have to make another Vanguard squad. But I'm going to replace all my Vanguards, so I'll probably just make 20. I do have 2 Sky Stalkers. I do have 10 Infiltrators. I do have 5 Infiltrators. I do have 2 Rust Stalkers. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 extra chickens, and that's it. Which, I don't think I have a good STL for chickens. I have one that's kind of looks eh. But I guess it'll work. I'll just spray paint it silver and then paint a little bit of red on it.
What gain is there in blood spilt? Twix us.
I don't think I'm going to any GTs soon, though. There's one in October, but I didn't request any time off for it because I've already requested time off for 2 of them. So that's like a, if I'm off, I'm off. If I'm not, I'm not. And those slots will probably get filled anyway. Ow! Die. Alright, you guys shank each other for a little bit. I'll get sneaky little swipes in here. Yeah, hiya, hiya. Hunter cohort is my go-to. Don't run infiltrators, but with the new buff, I'm gonna have to give them a try. I think infiltrators should be an auto-include on every single Admech army, personally. I think they're way too good. I don't think you ever, like, not run at least 1. But I always run 2 minimum. Every list. And I changed this list, I think. I think I'm running 10 now, right? Yeah, I got 10. So we'll see how that works. I normally don't like taking them in 10s, but now that they actually have some damage, maybe they'll, like... They can be both a utility and a damage piece that I'd be willing to sink stuff into. Fucking cut my arm off. God damn it. Not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to building another box of Vanguards, but there's so many cheap boxes on my... Oh, I'm not looking forward to building a box of Vanguards. Yeah, Skitari are kind of like a pain in the ass to paint. Which is why another reason that I bought the STL that I showed earlier. Because I just want my Vanguard to be... I just want to paint something different. Skitari just like... God, they feel the same. They're so boring. Rangers are at least a little bit easier. Because you just paint red hoods. But Vanguards have like a little bit more trim on their helmets and everything like that. So, I actually have 10 Rangers I have to paint right now too, now that I remember that. I just have a bunch of Admech stuff primed, but not like painted. Which I get a lot of work done at work while I'm on night shifts, which I have been. And the painting streams actually helped me quite a bit. I probably should do another one soon. Damn, the whole thing, huh? Red Dragon. The whole copy pasta. It's crazy that I didn't even have to read it all. I just knew what it was. You got every line. Ooh. Oh my god, I think I broke his ribs. No, you don't get your axe back. It's mine now. Oh god, what did he break? Oh, you're so lucky you're underneath that beam. I hate you. I want you to die. This is why the flesh is weak, chatters. Alright, we'll just stop torturing him. I have to, it's the ultimate quote. I don't remember, I remember a couple people asked me this, but I don't remember why I started liking Admech so much. I remember watching a video and just being like, yeah, they look cool, and then I just committed. Because I didn't play like Mechanicus or anything before that. I think I just saw guys with robes, and I was like, I like that, because I like robes. They kind of remind me of Shy Guys, and as a kid, I've always liked Shy Guys. Little like red hooded figures with little blue beady eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. I like the funny voices. I mean, I played Mechanicus after I started liking Admech, and then I was like, oh, whoa, this is cool. Oh. Sorry, man. I'm sorry about that. Bro, what the fuck do you think you are? It's my buckler. Look, I'm a little knight. This guy's pointing scissors in my face. I am such a menace. What? Okay. No way getting stabbed in the shoulder like that insta-kills. What? That's so ass, man. Oh, let me make sure what time it is. I have to go to work soon. It's about to be 7. Got a couple minutes left. I should really stream more. I enjoy streaming. I just don't do it because I'm a fucking lazy bastard. Also takes up a lot of time. Alright, I need you to die so I can get out of this hellhole. All vital organs are located in that shoulder. What is that? I see pants. What is that? Is that just a mace? Oh, it's an... I'm doing my best barbarian cosplay. Got double axe. Alright, where are you? I need to get out of this purgatory. Ooh. Okay. Sure, that works. But I might see if I can do a battle report soon. What? Where? Where did I even get hit? I only have an Admech combat patrol because I got my brother wanting to teach me how to play kill team, and luckily the combat patrol comes with the units for the kill team as well. Oh, the hunter clade? Yeah. I remember wanting to play kill team because like the hunter clade, you can make it like half Sicarians, and I love Sicarians, and I was like, ugh. And then they kind of made them shit from my understanding. Also just don't enjoy kill team as much. What is this game called? It looks cool. It's called Half Sword, like half of a sword. It's a demo, so it's free. But I'm glad Sicarians are becoming more lethal, because it's kind of crazy that they were kind of dog shit, but they're like the elite Scutari, basically, like, for a lack of a better term. And now like infiltrators are kind of... I will say one thing that kind of came into my mind looking at that. I know there's been like a relative level of codex creep this edition, right? Even though like it's been very, very tame for the most part. There has absolutely been a level of a codex creep, and in a way all the balance changes allow more creep to happen without the codex releases, right? So when I saw them just getting AP and extra damage, I was happy, but at the same time I was just kind of like, I hope this doesn't spell anything like, you know, bad for the future, where we're just gonna keep seeing more of this. Because I remember when like the 9th edition codex got shown off for Admech, I was just kind of like, it's just better, like everything is stronger, everything is more lethal, and then we're gonna go back to that fucking conversation of like, is everything one-shotting too much, yada yada yada, he cut off my leg with a knife, okay. Things like that, right? So that was like one of my immediate thoughts. But then, you know, Admech was an army that didn't have much, so pushing them up only puts them into people's level. Like, us going up only puts us in an even playing field, in my opinion, because we were already below it. So maybe I'm kind of being a little bit too worrisome. But at the same time, I just can't help but think about that. It's just like, wow, we're just getting free AP, we're just getting free X, we're just getting free Y. So I hope it's not too much, and I hope that's not like for a a thing to come. You know what I mean? On me in chat, what is the best way for dealing with larger size units? Depends on the unit, but for the most part, breachers answer everything. Pheromites cannon answers monsters and vehicles. And here's an interesting thing. Destroyers are actually looking pretty good because of Cawl's reroll aura. Because when they get full hit rerolls and they have like really good whatchamacallit, they have really good range. They have like decent damage, decent enough damage. I think like, especially because like in Overwatch they're gonna be critting on 5s, which is like whatever. But if they can get the reroll hit reroll 5s, that is like actually really good. I'm not gonna say that it's better than breachers in terms of damage, but it is better than breachers in terms of consistency, which is kind of cool that breachers are being or that destroyers are coming back because of Cawl. Now that would mean that you would have to be able to 1 draw line of sight to the vengeance target, and 2 then get them in Overwatch if they're not finished. But I still think it's cool that like destroyers are kind of seeing like a fringe level of, or they might see a fringe level of play, let me say that. We'll see. But destroyers might make it. The problem with destroyers is that for some reason they do less damage than the plasma destroyers, or than the plasma pistols from Devastator Squad. Which is like, how does a plasma pistol do 3 damage, but a heavy plasma culverin only do 2? I don't get that. But here we are. Oh, nice hit. Hey, why is Admech my favorite faction? I like robots a lot. And I know that they're not robots. Somebody out there's gonna be like, they're cyborg. Yeah, okay. Sure, it's the same thing. They're more metal than man. And they have cool little robes, and they have cool little eyeballs. I do really like beady eyes, so that's why like I was saying earlier, as a kid, I really like Shy Guys. They're like my favorite little Mario thing. And they kind of remind me of Shy Guys, but like robots, which I also really like. Oh shit! I didn't realize who I was fighting. Wait. Okay, we're good. Glad I got to say hi. I used to use your videos on how bad our army was to explain how bad we were before the rewrite to my friends. Keep up the great content. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that I noticed that one thing for me making content, people were like, oh, you're like the Admech guy, yada yada yada, but like people are starting to realize why Admech is so bad. That was kind of the aim that I had. That was like my mission statement with the Codex video, was not to say why like the Codex was bad, but like help people understand why it's bad, right? Like that was the biggest thing, because that's kind of why I made that quote of like, I've heard a lot of my friends say like, oh, at least, you know, I'm not playing Admech or something like that, and like I wanted that to be understood. And that was kind of my aim, because even as like a non-Admech player, somebody should be able to understand that video. And I made sure to do that by like comparing it to like things like 9th edition and yada yada yada. Get away from him, you big bully. Pheromite's probably the best or the most reliable on its own, but I barely had time to experiment with it. It's pretty simple to experiment. You just shoot at things. Yeah, Pheromite's probably I don't know if it's the most reliable, but it's definitely the most... Oh my god, he just beat the shit out of me. The thing is, it's not reliable because it's damage D6. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed with the Pheromite. It's just like, oh, I got the hit. Oh, I actually got the wound. Which it tends to fail the wounds for some reason a lot. At least for me. But then it's like damage, and then it's like 4. You take 4 damage. But I only got 1 shot off out of the 3. And it's like, okay, this sucks. But... from my opinion, the Disruptor Missile Launcher is always just like, oh, here's a 6 and then here's a 4, and it's like, god damn, that thing is destroying. I have the Maniple Verask Alpha Combat Patrol, so I got an Engine Seer, the Skitarii 3 served. Oh, that one, yeah. I have a box of that. I have a box of the 8th edition Scorpius with the Skitarii and the Engine Seer. And then I managed to get a boarding patrol when I was in Japan. So that was the one with the Dominus, the Skitarii, the Sicarians, and I think it also comes with Cataphrons. I'm not sure. I know that's the one I opened on stream. And then I don't think I have that many more Admech boxes. I think that's actually all my Admech boxes. I don't have a lot of Admech right now. Because I've been 3D printing most of it. I have a lot of Chaos boxes. I have like 3 Chaos Combat Patrols, 2 Veteran of the Long War ones, just a fuck ton of Abaddon, some Chosen. I have a bunch of Chaos. Dirty Casual, I mean, hi. Full rerolls for breachers completely outshines the destroyers and they make Overwatch on 5 Sallies. Don't the new Votans do 4 at the same cost? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that the Overwatch 5 is better than breachers. What I'm saying is that if you take destroyers, right, they are really good into the vengeance target that Cawl is able to do. And if that target doesn't die, then you basically hold them hostage, because now you still get the full rerolls into that Overwatch, right? You have a lot more volume of fire because destroyers can be taken as a 6-man break for a lot cheaper than a breachers, and you will be able to reroll hits and get the Overwatch 5s, which means that you get more free hits through, as opposed to just getting reroll. Well, you already reroll with breachers, so you'd just be wasting Call's reroll. That's what I'm saying. Is that Cawl can basically sort of like, quote unquote, guide a destroyer brick, and that helps them exponentially. So I have one of the guys in the Admech Discord is saying that like he believes that like breachers, especially in not breachers, destroyers, especially in UKTC, are actually pretty strong. And I know that Disgustingly Resilient podcast also said something similar, where one of their Mortarians got this. I have to give up already. One of their destroyers, or a destroyer break, this instantly killed their Mortarian, which is like, yeah, not like statistically the best numbers, but like the thing is that they have a lot of firepower because they have 4 attacks. I think it was strength 8, AP -2. I'll check after I beat this guy up. But they have a lot of volume fire. It's just that it's like 2 damage for some reason, which kind of blows. And the biggest thing is that they hit on 4s, right? But when they're being led by Cawl, they actually become pretty good. Because before they were really just like mediocre in protector lists and definitely not a thing in conqueror lists, but now they're, I think that there's actual justification for them. I do want to experiment with them. I think, actually, if anything, I should probably make a Halo Screed list with destroyers after this Skitarii Hunter cohort list. I'll probably do that here in a little bit. As soon as this guy goes down. There we go. And I wonder with the, well, I don't know. I was gonna say with the Overwatch, or with the rerolling hits, I wonder if you even need, like, here, let me try to see if I can make a list real quick. I'm actually really curious. Mechanicus, Destroyer, Vengeance. Is it just me, or do the Katana robots look like Big Among Us, dude? No, absolutely they do. The Orange X are also on 5s, unless they're in the right mode for the army, then it's 4s. My Death Guard army has 100% 3D printed. Yeah, my Death Guard army is also 100% 3D printed, but it's right now it's only a Mortarion, a Demon Prince, a couple of Terminators, and that's it. Which, after Death Guard became super busted, I was like, I don't want to paint these guys anymore. I'm kind of like a guy that doesn't like to run anything that's above, like, that's like top 3 or top 5. It's just not fun. Oath Lethal crit 5s with full rerolls at 8 -3 is a lot of damage at 42. The fuck are you playing? Prison Boxing Simulator? No, it's called Half Sword. It's like a ancient, it's not ancient, like a ye old battle simulator, I guess. Have you ever played Wrath or Glory? No, I've been wanting to, though, for sure. I think I downloaded a couple of the books. So let's see. If we go, I think I still like them in Battleclade. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I still like them in Battleclade, I think. So let's go Cawl. And the gap right now is 40, so I think Sanctified Ordnance. I really like Sanctified Ordnance, but it feels kind of like a waste with them. I like the hazard part, but like the 6-inch range feels But giving them lethals, I feel feels important. Let me look at the breachers or destroyers again, because it's been a while since I've seen them. Okay. So this is heavy grav cannon. That's not the one I want. Switch over. Let's go Plasma Culverin and Cognos Flamer. Okay. So these things are, yeah, if they were damage 3, man, they really should be 2 flat, because, hold on, now I'm curious. Okay, no, this one's also 1-2. Okay, I know the Devastators or whatever they're called is 2-3, which is fucking stupid. Let's see if I can find it. Devastators or right? That's what was it Desolation? No, it's Devastators. Desolators are the other ones. Yeah, like their plasma, if I remember correctly, is actually pretty strong. Is it these guys? No, these have which one is it? Is it Eliminators? God, these naming conventions are fucking stupid. Eradicators. No, Eradicators are the Melta guys. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about. There's these like pistol guys on jetpacks. Eliminators. Okay, Eradicators are the Melta ones. It's Eliminators. Okay. Yeah, no, not these. No, it's a plasma weapon. I'm pretty sure it starts with a D. Not Desolation. God, how do people play Space Marines, dude? Did they like nerf it? Because I remember it being 3 damage. I'm tweaking right now, aren't I? Is it Inceptors? It might be Inceptors. Yeah. Their pistols, 3 damage for a plasma. And it's just like, come on. Like, you mean to tell me the guy with the shoulder-mounted fucking cannon that's made out of plasma is a 2 damage supercharge, but you're here with a fucking -3? That's cracked. And it's twin linked. That's stupid. It's so dumb. Yeah, it's like, and these guys I'm pretty sure have deep strike. So yeah, the fucking 18 inches is nothing. Like, and they hit on 3s, and they have soul. It's just dog. What? That's the only thing I hate about the Cataphrons is they really should be 2-3 in my opinion. Twin linked pistol. Yeah, make it make sense. Twin linked pistol. So it's anyway, the good thing about it is that what these guys are, they're also 2 attacks. Cool. But we're 4, so there's that. We get double the amount of shots, even though we miss half the time. So the good thing about these guys is they're basically the same thing as the rapid fire breachers, except that they don't need to be in rapid fire. They just get 4 shots as opposed to the 2. But they have 1 less damage per shot. AP -3, which means that they get to push AP -4 and conquer. Like, this is, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, because I'm definitely don't agree with it. What I am saying is that this profile is almost as good as the arc rifle, quotation asterisk, right? Because it's like 8 -3. It basically has the things that the arc rifle likes, except just the damage is a lot lower, right? Because you're like, for every, you're missing out on quite a bit of damage. And then obviously the full rerolls to hit, that's what makes it so good. But yeah, 5 on Overwatch with Cawl pointing at something is pretty good. I do like that. They can sit in a point and then be like, hey, I dare you to move. You know what I mean? Because not only are you going to be Overwatch, you're going to be Overwatched on 5s, especially if I don't have a breacher that can hit you, right? And then it's a lot more firepower because you don't have to be within that 18 or 15, depending on if you have the enhancement or not. You just get the full amount of shots, and it's double the amount that a breacher outside of rapid fire can do, if that makes sense. It's also true that in Conquer, you can push the Clover AP -4 to Space Marine vehicles don't get a save sometime. Exactly, yeah. That's why I say, like, quotation mark, it's better than the arc rifles. Because, like, stat for stat, the only thing it loses out on is the damage and the anti-vehicle. That's it. In terms of just the profile. Obviously, they have reroll hits, so there's that too. Lethals plus no saves on 6s is nice. Yeah, I agree. So, for that reason, right, I think people like the Dominus because it gives you the feel no pain to try to save your guys. But I feel like if you take Sanctified Ordnance, you just kind of are taking a Dominus for 10 points is kind of what this is. The only problem is that then you lose out on the rapid fire 18, right? So it just depends. I don't know. I'm curious to see if it's optimal to run 6 destroyers and 6 breachers. I think that's a bit greedy, but it's very much possible depending on how the rest of your list looks like. If you don't have Sanctify, they explode too much. What I'm saying is that you could take a Dominus to prevent that and still get 18-inch rapid fire. But I agree with you. I think it's better to reroll your hazard test than to try to rely on a feel no pain. So I mean, it's better for 1-2 wound infantry, but if you have the rest of your army for that. For, like, you saying that, like, destroyers can get replaced by the rest of your army? I don't think so. I think 3 breachers with manipulus and loaded. See, that's what I was thinking, but, like, the problem is that I feel like you still need firepower because the 6-man the 6-man breacher break is really, really strong. And Bonk Squad kind of just likes to run at things and then die immediately after. And I don't know if you do that with Bonk Squad, let's say you lose these guys turn 2, like end of turn 2 into turn 3 or something like that. Is the rest of your army going to be enough? Maybe. I don't know. I think with the destroyers and Cawl, maybe, and then whatever you can buy instead of paying whatever crazy amount of points it is for the breachers. So let's see. So breachers don't want Arc Claws because those things suck. Go 6. No. Okay. So 160 to 10. It's not bad. I think 6 destroyers and 3 breachers. Oh, I already read that. Try not running things that instantly kill immediately. You also get a couple dissies and 3 last chickens or whatever. That's what I'm thinking, is you just make up the rest of your firepower with, like, disintegrators. Honestly, I might just run an Onager. If I'm going to be playing this kind of, like, mid-range lethality break, I kind of want to try an Onager. So I think you go Ranger. And then you can go... Let's try Dunecrawler. I do want to try that Urad Beamer. Actually, like, smoke on it. I think I probably run another Ranger break. I think normally I run 2 and then Cawl with the battle line aura, but since Call's going to be in vengeance mode, I think it's kind of necessary to start taking 3. And I don't think I have really any synergies with the Vanguards right now, so so I think, where the fuck are they? My beloved infiltrators. Power weapons suck. So you do that. You misspelled both destroy. I know, I was typing too fast. You maybe do 2 of these like this, and then you go, I think I'm gonna start pushing down to 1 disintegrator. Because I do want to try. I have this on my other list too. My Skitarii Hunter cohort list where it's 2 and 2, and I want to see how that works because that makes some better targets for things like crit 5s. I noticed that Mechanicus does a lot of anti-vehicle stuff. Yeah, that's what we're good at. But like data spike and stuff like that. I think probably 2 Skystalkers because they're cool. And then this is kind of looking like my old list. I'm just replacing a couple of tanks. I wonder if I want an engine seer with that disintegrator or the Dunecrawler just to really really piss people off. And I think that's really funny. Let's try it. I don't think there's anything you can carry that I really care about. No. Okay. So I have 100 points, but that's minus 40, minus 60. This Cawl is 40 up, and these are 10 each. So that leaves me with 40 points. What's the purpose of the Servitor Battleclade? To go out, do an objective, and then immediately die. Not immediately. They're pretty good at surviving. They're okay at surviving. But they are able to advance and do actions and shoot and do actions, and they're very good at doing things like running through a wall and doing cleanse, and running through a wall and getting extended battle lines into the enemy. Engine Seer is too slow when it counts. Tank moves and a guarantee he just hangs around. You're probably right. Because I do play Conquer a lot. He does get left behind. Because the tank moves like fucking 12 and he moves 8 and then he's just not doing anything. You're probably right. I agree with you. Just advance him always. He's fine. But the problem is Well, no, yeah, I guess you're also right because even though like you get like a 10 to 12 inch advance with the Dunecrawler, you maybe only move it like 8 because it usually gets stuck in a ruin anyway. It always loses movement. You're right. You're right. I'll probably keep it. But in Halo, he's not worth it. I agree with you. I want to try the Onager, and I just want to piss people off because I think it's funny to get a 5+ Pheno paint on them. But optimally, yes. Yeah, you're 100% right. But I'm also building a destroyer list here, so... H makes me sad. 5-6 game this year. I saw it made a moot. H? Oh, heavy. Heavy? I'm assuming you mean heavy. So I have 40 points. I would put a Scatros in. I would put a Techno-Archaeologist in, actually. If you want to piss people off with Onager, play Psycho and have it cruising around with FMP and damage blank. I played Psycho with 3 Dissies. I don't think... I had a crap tank, I think. It was okay. It did better than the Dissies. Fucking Dissies disappointed me, that GT. They were really bad. Huh. What do I get for 40 points? I guess I can get a Marshal. I can move some stuff around. I think Cataphrons, Ranger. I guess I could take out the Engine Seer then and free some space. So what was it again? 40, 60. So I have 95. I don't think there's really much I could take even if I take out the Engine Seer. I could do double Techno again, but I feel like I'm going to be kind of sitting in the back with Destroyers anyway and Cawl. So I probably don't need that much to screen. I could increase one of these guys to 10 maybe. Try like a 10 brick of Infiltrators. Oh shit, I took 11. What's my preferred Ranger loadout? Depends on the detachment. I think in this one I'm gonna go Arc Rifle, Omnispecs, Plasma, and Trans. But in Skitari Hunter cohort, I'm gonna give my Rangers data tethers because they actually are pretty good targets for stratagems. Add Rusties. I was thinking about that. If I'm gonna be running Halo's Creed and getting advanced in charge, I might as well be running Rusties, huh? Yeah, let's do that. That's actually a good idea. I think. What are you thinking? Like 5-5? I don't have enough points for that. I only have enough for 1-5. I could take out a Skystalker and bring another one. Or I could take out a Skystalker and bring a 10-man brick. Cut a Sky or an infill. Yeah, I already cut a Sky. I think I like them better as 10s personally because they're better targets for strats like Eradication Protocols. And that way they can get the reroll wounds. I do like that a lot better. And with Infiltrators getting the AP -1, they basically take the place of clearing the chaff that these guys normally would. But like a big 10 brick I think is better. Personally, that's what I think. And then, so, Cawl is 40, 50, 60, so that's 15 points left over. I could turn Skystalkers into Sterilizers. I feel like I have a lot of movement as it is anyway. Dopamine you connect from 20 Rust Stalkers. My last list was 20 Rust Stalkers. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. I was such a fan. I could cut these guys and then go Sterilizers because Scoot and Shoot is nice, but I don't think I need it here. With 2 Infiltrators, Battleclade, and Rust Stalkers, I think I'll be okay. So that is 5 points left over right there. And then we can try Destroyers. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I'm really bad about throwing a bonk squad into something like, I don't know, like Corn Blood Crushers or something like that, and then immediately losing them. I'll just be like, oh, I got my points worth, and like, I technically did, but I probably shouldn't be doing that. I should be a lot more conservative with them. I just give them advance in charge and throw them at the first thing I see. It has 1 me games, but it is definitely like made them more difficult. Ugh. How many last chickens do I have? I have 4. 2 breaks that I can give ERAD protocols to. I could bump up. I could do like 1 3-man and then just have another disintegrator in a flank. So like, I don't know. Say I have like a Dissy right here and then last chickens like right here. So they can like move over this way and draw like here and here. And then this guy can go here and here. Just for this terrain layout for the... I could do that, or I can have like a last chicken here and a last chicken here. And then just kind of like have all these points covered. And then at least a 3-man will benefit more, but... Not ERAD protocols, I'm sorry. I meant to say crit 5s. That's targeting override. So maybe that. I know that's not what the bonk squad is for. It's just that's how I play them. I play them like rusties. I just fucking throw them at things. I have a question about destroyers. I hear many people dislike them. However, with sanctified ordnance manipulators, I find them doing a lot of work comparable to breachers at range. I think the thing about breachers is that they're like a 2-phase threat where if your opponent tries to answer them, they just get overwatched, and that's why they're good. Because you basically need to devote and expose yourself to them to get rid of them, and they are able to basically destroy anything in Overwatch so long as they have the full rerolls to hit, and especially if they're within rapid fire range. So what am I using for list building? Newrecruit.eu. It's probably one of the best ways to build a list right now. IMO. Let's use that. But this one looks good. 10 rusty, so I get to fulfill my run at things brain. And then destroyers. I feel like these guys... How much shots is this? 24 plasma shots? That's cracked. That's kind of crazy. Is there like a dice roller? Let's see. 40k dice roller. I don't know if there's like a good website for this. Oh yeah, this website sucks. I don't like this. Let's see. What did I say? 24? Yeah, because it's 12 each. Let's see. Reroll. Boom. So we're going to be hitting on 4s, right? This is assuming Cawl is giving us the reroll. Okay, so these are misses. Right, okay, so we'll just remove the lethals and remember. So 1 lethal, 2 lethal, 3 lethal, 4 lethal. All right, 4 lethals. Let's say we're wounding something on 4s. Ah, fuck, I'm such an idiot. I pressed the wrong button. God damn it. I use Rollhammer app. Yeah, but I want to show you guys. I don't have the app, like, here. I could, like, pull up... what's the name of this shit? Here, let me try to kill this guy real quick, and then see if I can, I'll just open up, Tabletop Sim. Alright. Lucky I don't have a weapon. I'm just gonna beat you to death. Oh, I think he's gonna... Come on. Come on. Come on. Go down, bro. Go down. I'm hitting you with metal fists. Oh, you're done. I think I broke his leg. I did it. In celebration, I'm gonna hack you. I did it. I am the champion. Alright, let me open up, what's the name of this thing? Tabletop Sim. Then we can just do some test rolls. Little gold fishing, as they call it. Oh, shit. Alright. If you select the dice right below, it selects all the dice type. Wait, what? Oh! I'm an idiot. Alright, maybe we just do it here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 more. Alright. This is... Okay, that's sick. Alright, reroll all. Alright, and then 1, 2, 3. And then we delete these. And then how many lethals do we get? 1, 2... Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shut up. Tabletop sim. I found out how to do it better. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lethals. So then let's just discard the lethals. Let's say we have 7. Let's say we wound on 4s. Okay, and then we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're AP -2. If you're around Cawl, well, Call's not emitting R anymore, so you're probably around some Skitari. So what's that? 4? AP -4. I will say, what, 4 up invuln, 5 up invuln? Let's do 4 up invuln. Let's say we're shooting to Terminators. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 saves. Yeah, AP -4 because I'm heating them, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, let's say that I'm shooting into Terminator bodies. I know it's not, like, optimal, but... So then... Is that 6? So that's 12 damage. It's not bad. That kills... What? It's probably halved because Terminators are 3 wounds each. So it kills 3 Terminators. Yeah, probably wouldn't be shooting these into Terminators, to be fair. Wait. No, you wouldn't. Yeah. Let's try that again. 24. Reroll. And then select all my misses. Reroll. And select all my 3s. And then we discard those. My lethals are 4, so we'll discard my lethals. And then wound. Let's say, I don't know. What's a good thing that we can shoot into? A rhino, maybe. It's like a Space Marine vehicle. I think that's probably a good thing to shoot. Repulsor Executioner, sure, let's do that. Predator tank? Okay. Let's do Predator. T10 3 up? Okay. So this is gonna be wounding on 5s, right? And I had 4 lethals, right? I think. So let's say 4 lethals, wounding on 5s. So that's an 8. And then it's no invuln, right? No invuln. Alright, 3. So this will just get no save. Cool, so they'll take 16 damage. Basically one-shots it. It's not bad. Yeah, because 4 will push it to 7. I guess they'll have a 6 if they're in cover. Let's try that. Let's just say that they have cover. Yeah, it's dead. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's dead. Let's try a repulsor. 16 wounds? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 4. Alright, reroll. Bam! So 3, 4, and 1's gonna reroll. Great. 3, 2, 1's. Discard. How many 6s? 1, 2, 5 6s. Okay, 5 6s. And this is wounding on, ooh, T12. Still the same. 5s. So 5s. Then we had 5 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, 12. Jeez. And then does this thing have an invuln? No, 3. It's gonna not have a save. Let's say it has cover, so 6s to save. Takes 10. Takes 20 damage. Instantly kills it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Turns out re-rolling plasma is really good. Imagine if it was damage 3. I guess it doesn't really have to be. Do we dare put it up against Knights? I don't know anything about Knights. Is Canis Rex still the tankiest? I think Canis went down in toughness, didn't he? Didn't he used to be 12? This is on ranged, right? Okay. Let's try it. Let's try Canis. Lancer still the tankiest? Okay. Knight Lancer, or is it just called Lancer? Cerastus Knight. Because 4+ invuln. Yeah, okay. So this is like shooting on this Terminators basically, but better into the health pool. Jesus, 28 wounds. I've been lucky enough to avoid knights, so I don't even want to think about going against them. All right, let's say for this one we're gonna have to crit 5, I think, right? Because it has a 11, so wounding on 5s, but crit 5s is gonna help us a lot. Yeah, let's say we spend a CP for crit 5. I kind of want to just do this in TTS. I think it's better. Let me open it again. I can roll a lot faster there. Unamused. What a way to put it. It's very eloquent. It's like, yeah, dude, whatever. I'm going to put the profiles on my other monitor real quick. So I'm not going back and forth and back and forth. What time is it? 37? All right, I'm probably going to get off in like 20 minutes. Okay, so Cerastus and then Cataphrons. So let's say we get 24, right? 25 minus 2. All right, these are hitting on 4s, re-rolling, and then lethal hits. These as well. It's a lot. It's a lot. Wounding on 5s, no rerolls, so these will get deleted. All right, and then it's gonna have a 4+ invuln save, right? Yep, 4+ invuln. So we're gonna delete these. Ah, shit. It's these. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Halves it. A little bit below halves it. Not stellar, but that's also 160 points going into it, taking it down to like 40%, which is not bad. Let's try that again. Crit 5s. Ugh, re-rolling. Better. You rolled that all over the place, did I? All right, we're gonna try again. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. All right, so these are normals. These are crit 5s. Oh wait, yeah, I thought they were. I counted them as devastating, didn't I? Anyway, this misses. This goes through. These are all 4+ invulns. Okay, so it makes these. It takes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That halves it. It's not bad. Let's try it again. Hitting on 4s, crit 5s, rerolling. Hiya, hiya. All right, wounding on 5s. And then 4+ invulns. So these, it saves. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, it's not bad. Bell is actually disgusting for 175 points. Let's see how much Belisarius Cawl would do into something like this. Not that I don't think he'd ever get Melta ranged into a fucking Lancer, but let's just entertain the thought. But yeah, no, you're right, 10. Like he would just go in and then, like a last string would go in and just tap it. Which Destroyers doing that much damage is kind of crazy. But that reroll is absolutely carrying them. So it's just 3 flat now, right, for Cawl. Hits on 2s. Cool. And then it strength 14, so it would wound the knight on 3s. This goes away. And then each attack is D3 now, right? So 4+ invuln. It didn't make either. So wait, I threw that dice away. Where's the box is the reroll. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, Cawl takes 12 wounds off of it. Not bad. Have a great night. See ya. Not bad at all. I want to see also, let's take let's take Sanguinary Guard. I want to see how good infiltrators do into them now. Where's Sandguard? Does Blood Angels not have its own page? Blood Angels. I could have sworn I just saw it. There it is. Sanguinary Guard. Oh damn, they're like basically infiltrators. Holy or Terminators. I did not know that. I'm wondering if you... I don't think you crit 5s with infiltrators unless you get a 10 brick. I mean, I used autocannon brick with chickens instead of labs with rerolls, and I got 17 hits with 6 wounds for 18 damage. I'm definitely bringing 6 now every game. Yeah, that sounds right. I know a lot of people have been bashing autocannons lately. I don't think they're nearly as bad as people say they are, but I still think glass chickens are better, personally. So let's try a brick of 10 infiltrators, because I think 10 infiltrators are going to start being pretty big, personally. So it's 30 attacks. -1 to hit a melee, -1 to hit, -1 to wound of lead. Okay. All right, let's try this. So we're going to be hitting on 3s because we're assuming we're in Conquer. But 4s back because of melee, right? So let's say no rerolls here. I didn't say crit 5s for this, so we'll just say that I sustain 2. But I am going to do crit 5s next roll. So then -1 to wound. These are strength 6 versus 4. So wounding on 4s. Okay. And then they have AP -1 now. You can go up to AP -2 to force the invuln. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. That kills 1. Maybe not the best. Kills 4. Let's see if we could do crit 5s here. So -1 to hit, so 4s, right? It's a lot of crit 5s. Can I sustain and then sustain again? Okay. Maybe we have the same amount there. So wounding on 4s. And then it's AP -1, -2, sorry, if we go on Conquer. So 4 ups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Kills 2. What do they come in? Squads of what? Squads of 3? It's not bad. It's killing like half the unit. But that's also 10 infiltrators. 20 sustain Lamau. I think if you're running a 10-man break of infiltrators, you absolutely go sustain. I think crit 5s is really good into them. Because AP -2. Damage 1 holds them back, but I mean, you're also sustain 2, so I guess you can't really complain. Let's try that one more time. And this is against the profile that is giving you -1 to hit, -1 to wound 2, so it's actually pretty impressive. That's a lot of sustains. So sustain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 5, 1. Wounding on 4s. 4 plus invulns. Shit. Fuck, I pressed the wrong button. God damn it, why do I always do this? 1 unit of Sandguard is almost as expensive as 10 infills. True. I guess that's a good point. Let's try... what's another good data sheet to put them up against? I want to say Death Shrouds, but probably not. What about... Thousand Suns are still running. I don't know what the nerfs were encompassed for Thousand Suns. I just heard they were really heavy, but I know that their Terminators are actually pretty good, right? Aren't they like -1 to wound at all points because of like the Rubique detachment? Scare up Occult Terminators. Here we go. Is it just the same? 3 wound, 2, 4. Yeah. Okay. Let's try just a base. T wounds can only try to cast 1 spell per turn now. Deathwing Knights. Ugh. I don't know. Yeah, sure. We can try Deathwing Knights. Dark Angels. D Knights. Make sure they just get -1 to attack or to damage. Okay. All right, so they're just basically a Terminator with an extra wound. All right, crit 5s. That's a lot. That's a lot of hits. Right. Yeah. That's why I was trying to do something like Rubique where it's -1 to wound. But we'll just do Deathwing Knights. It's just basically a Terminator body with 1 extra wound. So sustain, and then 4 extras, and then we're hitting on 3s this time because there's no debuff here. 30 attacks. Okay, 100% hit rate. 6 versus 5, so you're wounding on 3s here. I guess we could do the Wrath of the Rock thing, because that's the detachment that people are running the most, right? Where it's -1 to wound if their strength is higher, like basically transhuman. So we'll do that. We'll make us wound in 4s here. That's a lot of 3s. So let me not fuck this up again. All right, so these are all saves. -2. Yikes. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that kills 2.5 for a brick of how much are Deathwing Knights? I don't have the points here. It doesn't show me. Either way, you basically, I know they come in 3s and 6s, right? So that kills like almost half of a squad, or almost an entire base squad, MSU squad. Not bad, not bad. 2.5, sure, it's not bad. Yeah, it costs you a CP, but it's not bad. Let's see, what else? What else got? Let's try E-Rad Beamer. I have been itching to do that. Yesterday I was at work and I was like, I want to roll some dice and just see what the E-Rad Beamer can do. We can just do the Deathwing Knight since it has the minus damage. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna try the new profile, obviously. I'm trying to put it up against as many debuffs to see like a realistic example. You know what I mean? Because then we can only assume that the damage is better into things that don't have all this shit. So it's 3d3 now, right? So, ooh, we won the gamble. Yeah, 4 wounds, 250 for 5. I thought it came in squads of 3s, so 3s and 6s, no? I could be wrong. I'm looking at unit composition. Oh, it's 1 Nightmaster and 4 Deathwing Knights. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is 5. Okay. 250 points for that? And our little shitters did all that damage to them? I'll take it. 140 points basically kills half of a 250 point model. Not bad. Alright, so this is the E-Rad Beamer. So that's what, 3, 6, 7? And we're going to say we're dissipating into Deathwing Knights, obviously. Or focus, sorry. So actually we get an extra attack because of 5. Exactly 5. Thank you. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. I guess we'll say no reroll here. Would you ever Vengeance Deathwing Knights? I think you would. I think you would. They're Deathwing Knights. Okay, so these are going to be rerolled. These are going to go away. No, I said go away. Absolutely. I just, me personally, I just avoid Deathwing Knights. Like the moment they deep strike like way to the back of my field, I'm like, all right, you have fun there. I'm gonna like move 12. Meanwhile, you're just stuck back here. That's personally what I do, but I guess you would charge bots into them. That's also that. My bots are usually in the middle though. This is assuming that they deep strike in the back like they've been doing to me. Okay, so this is gonna be strength 10 now because of the buff. So it's going to be winning them on 2s. Let's say 3s because of breath. So these go away. No twin linked, right? No. Okay. So then 4 up save. Boom. So that kills 2. Right? No. Kills 1. Eesh. Yeah, that 4 wounds is a brutal fucking... Yeah, I don't know about that one, chat. Not even, because the damage wasn't so... I didn't even subtract the damage. Yeah, yeah. Alright, so maybe not the best into Deathwing Knights. That's the thing about the E-Rad Beamer. I don't know what you really pump this into. 3 damage guns into 4's vehicle. Yeah, well, it's 2 because they subtract 1. So let's try... Let's try Deathwatch Kill Team. The one that... Is it Veterans? Yeah. That's the one with all that stupid shooting, right? Like strength 3 bolter. No, it's not the one. Deathwatch Terminator Squad? Isn't this the one that people are spamming? No, it doesn't look like it. I know they have like a 3 damage bolter. Odometer Kill Team. No. I don't see it. Yeah. Okay, it's the Indometer Kill Team. Alright, let's try the Indometers. Bots in Cybernetica with stealth is going to be so much fun to play. What gives them stealth in Cybernetica? Might tweaking? bots get Stealth and Cybernetica? Did I just not know that? Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Yeah. Because you probably don't need the reroll aura too much when you're standing still and hitting on 2s. Or rather, the Vengeance target. I mean, it's probably still nice if you're facing something like Knights or... Yeah, I forgot about that. My fault. Let's try Indomitors. So, 3d6. That's not good. So, 4 attacks. Plus 1 for blast. How much Indomitors come? Unit composition. Oh, they come in groups of 10. Okay, so you get 2 blast. So let's say hitting on 4s. This misses. Wounding on... Wow, they're T6. Wounding on 3s. And then they're 3 damage. Do they have an invuln save? 3, 4, 5, 6? Probably not. So they just straight up take 3 damage. So that kills 2 of them. 2 out of 10. That was a bad roll on the damage, or on the attacks, but still, that's not great. That's the only bad part about the E-Red Beamer. It's so sweet. Ooh, okay, that's better. 6, yeah. So 6, 7, 8, and then 2 for blast. 10. Right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 2 blast, 10. 10 dice. Okay. 4s. Yeesh. But now I get sustain. Imagine that D3 sustain right there. Oh my lord. 3s. No invulns. So 3, 6, 9. Wait, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost kills the squad. Not bad. Gamba. Again. 10. Fours. 3s. No invulns. It's not bad, I guess. How much is Indomitor? Actually, you know what? Let's do World Eaters. Because Berserkers with Karn is like a really big thing right now. So 3d6, bam. So 6, 8, and then 10 again. So, because they come in squads of 10. 10 hitting on 4s. 1 sustain. Wounding on 2s. And no invulns, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. If they have cover, so I guess we'll do 6s. Okay, so that's a save. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead Marines. Kills half the squad. I don't know if that's really the output you want from an Onager, though. Let's try to see if you put it in Protector. Maybe they're just better in Protector. I mean, most shooting is better in Protector, but 6, 8, so 10 again. Just keep getting 10s. Hitting on 2s. Better. 2 sustain. Oops. 2s. 6s. So that kills the squad, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost kills the squad. I guess it's not bad. You basically... I don't know. But if I'm sitting on Onager and Protector and like hindering the rest of my list with it, I don't know if I'm really a fan. 2, 3, 4, 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. 6 is to save. That kills 4 Marines. Alright, let's try Conqueror. 10 again. 4s. It's a lot of sustain. 2s. It's a lot of 2s. 6s. Yeah, on average it kills like 5 Marines, which is like okay. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that. Ugh. Maybe E-Rad Beamer isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. What about a vehicle? Let's see if maybe if we push it into a vehicle. Let's try a Forge Fiend. Yeah, because Forge Fiends are T10, so you'll be winning on 4s now. Okay, let's try that. 2, so 3, 4, 5. 4s. 4s. Oh, wait, sustain. 4s. And this is Forge Fiends are 5 up in wounds. Takes 6 damage. So you half a well, that's assuming you're in. Can we assume you'd be 18 inches from a Forge Fiend? Maybe. Half shots of Forge Fiend, I guess. I don't know. Damn, E-Red Beamer, what the fuck? Why are you so trash? Let's try Neutron Laser. I just want to do it for the lulz. Had 1 save. Damage, D6 plus 2. 5 damage. That's so bad. If it's World Eaters, probably it wants to be Rapid Fire real bad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But like, I think if you're playing like CSM or something, probably not. What about a 6-man Death Guard Terminator? Death Shroud Terminator. Let's try that. 2/4/4 wounds. Ugh. Let's do the dissipated profile. But we'll say that it's hitting on 2s because it's standing still on some protector list or something. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll get 2 from blast. No, 1 from blast because it's 6 models. Say 2s. Okay, 1 sustain. This is 9 versus 7, so 3s. Okay. And then this is 2 up save. 4 up save, sorry. So they would take 4 damage, kills 1. I don't know, Erad Beamer. Maybe if you just take like 2 Erad Beamers, they kind of start doing some damage, but I didn't even, that was not even my hit roll. That was 6, 7, 8, so 6 again. Let's say that this is Conquer. Okay, that's certainly a roll. 3s, that's certainly a wound roll. 4 ups, yeah, kills 1. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Erad Beamer. All right, one last thing I want to test before I get the fuck out of here. Let's do Hecaton Land Fortress versus Iron Striders. Why not? Pretty sure I know the Iron Strider profile, but I'm just going to take it up anyway. All right, we can assume it wants to shoot into Rhinos and Chosen. The Erad Beamer? Yeah, probably, because 3 damage Chosen is perfect for them. I'm just trying out like random profiles that I kind of pop into my head. I'd assume that you'd want to shoot a Hecaton Land Fortress with Iron Striders, though. I think that's fair. And we'll just say that it's your focus target. It's basically the same profile as a Predator. All right, so let's say for my list I have 2 last chickens, right? So we'll go with 2 last chickens. So 4, and we're gonna assume that it's Vengeance. So hitting on 4s, re-rolling. It's T12. Oh yeah, it is T12. You're right. My bad. There you go. Even better. It's gonna be winning on 4s. So, this is with crit 5, so I'll sustain 1. And then 12 versus 12, so 4s, twin linked. 3. AP -4 pushes it to 6. Let's say that has cover, so 5s. Ooh. D6 plus 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Almost kills it. Not bad. That's just 2 last chickens. It's not bad. Alright, let's see. Again, 4s. 1 sustain. Actually, 3 sustain, because we're assuming this is crit. 5s. Damn. 6 last cannon shots. I don't think we fish, no. 4s. Twin linked. Ooh. Mr. Votan player, I think it's unbelievably over for you. 5s. Ooh, yeah, this thing is dead. 4. Yeah, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that thing is gone. Let's try a knight. Let's see how much we can push into a knight. Let's do Canis Rex, just because I know everyone runs that fucking thing. Imperial Knights. Canis Rex. Okay. 4 attacks, crit 5s, rerolling. Yeesh. I'm basically gonna make it back to sustain. What is this? 12 versus 11? The heck, it's not like Fortress is tankier than a knight. So 3s makes it. And then this thing has a 5+ invuln, right? Ooh. Damage? 4. Eesh. That sucks. that blows. Let's try that again. 4s, rerolling. I think we just reroll the whole roll. Actually, no, these are last cannons. We can't. Okay, so 1 sustain. We just keep that one, and then we delete 1. 3s. Where was that fucking sustain roll? 5s. This one goes away. D6 plus 1. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Not bad. Almost half health it. 2 last chickens and 1 CP. Keep that. Spawn 1. Twin linked. Okay. 5 ups. D6 plus 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 damage. So yeah, like a 2 last chickens seems like it just half healths at Canis Rex, which is not the worst. That's 1 unit shooting with 1 CP. Got the same thing. Sustain both. 4s, twin linked. 5 ups. Wow. I want this Canis Rex in my army. Jesus. 6 damage. Not bad. Why did I reroll the 3s? I won down 3s. No 5s. Wow, that damage roll. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it seems like it's doing about 12 damage on average. 12 to 14. That was the low damage roll, too. Crit 5s. Rerolling. That's good. Plus 3. Delete that. Plus 3. Moving on 3s. Rerolling. That twin linked is so huge. Holy shit. 5 ups. Alright, fuck me. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, again, around 12. I guess it's not too bad. What about a Land Raider? I don't know if people still use Land Raiders or not. I haven't seen one in a while. Land Raider Redeemer. Let's do that. Since it has no invuln. Crit 5s. Rerolling. Not bad. Yeah, no, I agree. I saw 5 points and we get Twin Link back. Crazy. This is 4s. Rerolling. Yeah, dude. Oh, man, that Twin Link feels so good when you have 2 shots. Alright, this thing is AP minus 4, so it pushes it to 6. Saying it has cover, we'll go to 5. So 5 ups. Basically the same as a knight. Okay, so it'll boom, boom, and these are my damage rolls. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, instantly kills Land Raider. 2 chickens. 2 chickens can do that. That is 2 chickens and 1 CP. Well, and Cawl, I guess. You also need to consider Cawl. Wow, thank you, Cawl. A little bit better. If I wasted a CP and those were my rolls, I'd be so fucking upset. Yeah, no, you just swift there. Okay, keep those 2. Wound on 4s, rerolling. 5 ups. Based. Damage roll? Not based. Ooh. Crit 5s are happy there. I guess I just keep the 2, actually. Wound rolls. Wow, rerolling. Wow. Save, no save. 4 damage. It's actually doing worse into the Land Raider. I guess that 4 up 2 wound is kind of cracked. Crit 5s, rerolling this one. Okay, so get 2. 4 up 2 wound, rerolling. Fat. 5 up save. Oh, this thing is unbelievably fucking dead. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, those chickens are actually kind of cracked. And the good part is that Cawl doesn't have any range to that ability, right? His his new oath, you just pick something. You don't even need fucking range. Range or line of sight, actually. Where is it? So start a command phase, select one unit from the army. Next command phase, yep, just gets reroll the hit roll. So considering that you're going to be having assault with your guys, chickens have advance and charge to begin with, and they can just run up to something and be like, haha, I see you. And then just roll that. Yeah, chickens are... Yikes, dude. I think Iron Striders went out a lot better than the fucking Eradication Beamer did. That for sure. That is crazy. Alright, one more thing I want to try. The thing that ruined my last GT. Which was Deathwing Knights versus my Corpuscaries. Because that really upset me. I want to see what I can do if I fish these rerolls. I was looking at 3 last chickens earlier, so much damage. Dude, I don't doubt it. That thing's crazy. Let's try this. Alright, so Corpuscari. A block of 10 coming out of a transport. So that's 30 attacks. Crit 5, so lethal sustain. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling everything. I think you just fish here. Yeah, with Manipulus, yeah. I think you just fish here. I think you just go fucking full send. Yeah, okay. So grab all this. No. There we go. Those are my lethals and sustain. Because lethals copying these. Well, no, it's just 2, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 10, 12, 14. Okay, wait, hold on. Make sure I did this right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. 40 extra attacks. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get the... So these were my 5s and 6s, right? So we sustain 2. Boom and boom. So these are 1 and 2. And then these are going to have to roll. Okay. And then these are S5 versus Terminator's 5, so 4's other way? What do you mean? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because it's sus 2, lethal 1. Yeah, I'm dumb. I got you. You're right. So 5 versus 5, right? Yeah, so 4 is rerolling. Okay, and these get added to the pile. Boom. 61 attacks. AP -1. Say they're in cover, they go back up to a 2+, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 kills, 2 knights. That is so brutal. Hit 30 attacks, 61 wounds. Yeah. Yeah, but you only get like... How much is this? Because if they just like AOC or are in cover, you only deal 11. Which against Deathwing Knights is 2 dead and 1.5. 1 almost dead, rather. I honestly think they don't go that well into 2/4 bodies. I wonder what's another body they can go into. Let's do a knight. Fuck it. Let's just do a knight. Let's do the Lancer because that's like the beefiest one. The 4 of Invuln. Okay. You have to finish them in melee. Yeah. That's another CP you would have to burn, right? Unless you just like had the transport there, because you would have to like roll over there, disembark them, shoot, and then use aggressive impulse to get them the advance after disembarking. 2s. think you just roll all of them, right? Let's just roll all of them. There we go. So then all these, bam. Night is T11. So sixes. Rerolling. 5. 17. 3 up save. Actually 4 up save because of AP. So they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 again. Almost half healths it. Not bad. That's a lot you have to put into them, but not bad. Let's do Chosen. Let's try Chosen. Or let's try Possess, sorry. Okay. No, it's not an ideal target by any means, but I just wanted to see how far we could push those lethals. Okay. This isn't a Possessed. Oh. Shit. Alright. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press copy, but I cut. Alright. Okay, let me make sure I press Control C and not X. Okay, so those are my sustains. And then, where are they? T6 versus 5, so 5s. Rerolling. 12. Wait, I did that wrong. Fuck. I keep fucking this up. God. My little monkey brain can't handle this. Okay. I'm going to copy this. Put this here. And then these are my lethals. There we go. Alright. 40 attacks. I gained 10, not counting my lethals. And then 5s, rerolling. That's 20. Wait. Yeah, 5s rerolling. Yeah. 33. AP minus 1. So they go up to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So that kills like 5 of them, which they come in squads of 5, right? Yeah, that wipes the squad. It's just a lot of fire, but not like a lot of. None of it never really seems to go through. Oh. Alright, last one against Possessed. 5s rerolling. Oh, God, why am I such a fucking dunce? Keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, 5s rerolling. Delete 1s because I hit on 2s. Fives, rerolling. $42 attacks, AP minus 1. Surely. So they save on 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that kills 6? No. I don't know how to do math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It kills 7 of them. 7 out of 10. I don't know. That seems like a lot to invest to just kill 7 possessed. Maybe. Maybe I'm just high. That's not counting the charge, I guess. So. I don't know. They seem okay. I think it's more like riding the high of getting all those crits and everything than it is about actually doing something, to be fair. Ugh. But alright, I got less than an hour before I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna end the stream there. It was fun to yap, as per usual. But I'll try to see if I can get a battle report going. The crazy dice number, the damage is meh. Yeah, you'd think after 40 attacks you could do something like meaningful, but it almost never matters. Yeah, thank you for showing up, Brian. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Ciao, 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 ciao.